ciencia.
Nella ciencia. That means I'm gonna have to talk without these headphones on. Press 1 if you can hear me. Radio check. Am I too low? I'm really, really quiet. Okay, thanks, that shizzle. Hold on. How about now? How about now? Hold on, guys, don't confuse. I sound really low. Okay. Hold on. That's better? That's better? Okay. I got my new mixer in yesterday. Since this was sounding wait a minute, I am low. Hold on, I am low. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna fix it. I'm lower than usual. A, B, C, D, E, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Hello? I really don't know what I just did. Um, hold on. I think hold on. Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. There we go. Okay, that's what happened. Oh, okay. All right, all right, all right. Got it, got it, got it. Okay, oh, that's too loud. Okay, I should be fine now. I should be fine. Should be fine. Okay. Okay, okay. That's what happened. Um, yeah, so my I got my mixer, right? But because this thing is the thing I'm using right now is so small, um I'm not ready to switch it out yet. I mean, it does a pretty good job. You know what I'm saying? Let me lower it down just a little bit. Hold on. It does a pretty good job. It really does a pretty good job. It's just that I have to. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. Why am I telling it to you? Okay. Erica. Oh my God. That daggone video. Who is this chick? First of all, let me just tell you, I'm a very biased person. I'm very judgmental. When I see a white woman with cat ears for headsets, I'm already like, oh my God, what am I about to watch? I was like, she got cat ears. I ain't gonna watch this long. Oh, she's from the back. I don't care. Yeah, the twang is good. Okay, I like the twang because I'm down here in the South. All right, but I saw the cat ears. I was like, oh God, not one of these. But I'm about 80%. I might show the video if we have time. Like, that's a pretty good video. So, okay, let me explain to you guys the video that Erica sent me in Discord. Come to find out, and I'm gonna let you guys know my bias. Okay, I'm never. I don't think I ever been discreet about my bias. I'm like, I'll let people know there's a bias. All right. Just like with the whole thing with Fresh and Fit and Daisy, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, when I knew that she had an abortion, I wasn't gonna tell it because I wanted Fresh to keep getting clown. Hitting that heifer, hitting that egg foo young raw, and all those other women raw. Okay, so Erica sent me a video of this woman. I don't even know her name yet. I think we're definitely going to see the video. She has done her due diligence and found out that MrBeast's mama controls everything. Like, MrBeast's mama got that whip cracked on MrBeast, right? And she like controls his bank account, controls his money, controls his company, controls his social media accounts. She controls homegirl. I was like, holy shit. His mama is ruthless. Now, a part of me is like, okay, MrBeast is a POS, but look where he came from. And is it possible, this is just me thinking out loud because I haven't finished the video. Is it possible that he willingly, as an adult, signed over guardianship, signed over control, signed over access, signed over basically saying, now he can revoke it if he want to, but I haven't got to the part to see if she did or not. And it makes me think like MrBeast is like Jimmy is like, you know what? I'm just gonna burn it all to hell because my mom or something like. I don't know. But it's a very interesting thing. But here's the deal. Here's my bias. I don't care. MrBeast is a POS. And at least we know where he got it from. He got it from his mama. So, yeah. MrBeast's net worth is $700 million. How much money does his mother have? $700 million. $700 million. $700 million. It makes me think like, hold on. And here go, I'm like, well, at least his mama getting all that money. Like, well, good for her. I'm not hating on the mama, dude. I'm not hating on the mama. That's where my bias comes from. I'm not hating on the mama. Okay? I'm not hating on her. All right? So, yeah. It's, she an evil genius, dude. She an evil genius. So, okay, all right. So let's get to it because we got a whole lot of content to go over. Okay, a whole lot of content to go over. So let's do that right now. Yeah, she a military prison warden. You know how tough she has to be that? We have a new allegation, guys. New allegations just dropped, baby. So, I haven't watched this at all. We're about to watch it for the first time now. So, let's do this. This is somebody who says, this is from Ty Orr. And it's a brother. I wonder, now, you want to know what's so messed up? The guy who is exposing MrBeast, he's trending. This video is not trending. This video is being shadow banned. I don't know if this is the black guy that was fired from the story of yesterday. I don't know that. But we're about to find out. Let's find out.
100% true, and if at any point I say anything, everything I'm about to say is 100% true, and if at any point I say anything that may be controversial, suspect, or too good to be true, and I don't have the evidence to back it up, then call me a liar, but I guarantee you that won't happen. Ever since I was a young kid, I always wanted to be famous, and it wasn't until in 2018 of November that I knew that I wanted to be a YouTuber. Sadly, it took me 4 years to realize that I actually suck. Like I'm really bad. I'm super cringe, and don't worry, because I am aware of this. But I know one thing, and that one thing is I'm good at editing, and I'm great at creating ideas for others. I was meant to be off camera rather than on, and I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is being taken advantage of. I was lied to, manipulated, and thrown away like a piece of garbage. Honestly, though, sometimes I kind of think that this was pretty genius. Like, how could a person so high in status be challenged by a person like me? It's like me going to Elon Musk and saying, well, he did this and he did that, and no one would ever believe me because I'm literally just a nobody. So I have Chris Tyson to thank for allowing me to have this platform to tell my truth. February 2nd, 2024, I went snowboarding.
Sorry, I was muted. I was like, what? What did he just say? What did he just say?
Elon Musk and saying, well, he did this and he did that, and no one would ever believe me because I'm literally just a nobody. So I have Chris Tyson to thank for allowing me to have this platform to tell my truth. February 2nd,
How? You get to thank Chris? What? Okay, I'm gonna rewind it a little bit more, and then we're gonna hold on a second.
2024, I went snowboarding. So I have Chris Tyson to thank for allowing me to have this platform to tell my truth. February 2nd, 2024, I went snowboarding like I normally do, and I got an email in which I thought was a scam. I mean, for real, look at this. Even you would think the same thing if you got a random email saying MrBeast follow-up when you didn't even remember reaching out in the first place. Whether that's true or not, I certainly don't remember reaching out to him. In my line of work, I work for big name YouTubers, mostly in the sports niche, but it has its range. I've done videos for House of Highlights, Game Day, Zach TTG, Jesser, Papa Stanimus, Not So Air Jordan, and then I currently edit for MMG. Not to mention I did do the 2022 NFL playoff commercials. So it's pretty normal to have people reach out to me because they've seen my work from other creators and all the other work that I've done for them. So when I got this email, I decided to give it a chance. I responded in the email and then I proceeded to post a Facebook post because I was so happy. Everything is dated, and to make sure this information is credible, it helps it set well with you. Pay attention to these days. It's not premeditated, and I obviously had no idea Chris Tyson would be such a perv, so there's no way I would make these posts in advance of like some kind of trick. I also have decided to log into my actual Facebook and show my actual email rather than screenshots, so you know that it's not photoshopped. So on February 2nd, I posted, so I got a job offer from MrBeast today. Video call on Monday. Wish your boy luck. Now let's go into the comments because I want you guys to be definitively sure that I didn't just make this post 26 weeks ago. All this is 26 weeks ago, and it would take a whole bunch of time to just make up all these fake people, and then to go in their profile and see that they're friends with the same people I'm friends with, having what 62 mutual friends, then going, you know, it's a little bit too much here, right? So none of these are faked at all. This is my actual Facebook page. So that's the post I made on February 2nd. Now I will go to my email, but for now I really do want to show you the post on Facebook, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So in a nutshell, before we get into all the details, MrBeast gave me a fake job, flew me out there to work. I worked my butt off, took all my ideas, sent me home and told me there wasn't a job available, and then proceeded to not only do that, but then to take my ideas still and then make a video. So that's what we're going to be covering here. I mean, we're talking about a billionaire here. If you know who MrBeast is, you know exactly what we're talking about. And I can hang up my editing tool set, whatever you want to call it, dude. All that stuff. I'm not even going to be editing for the guy. I'm going to be using my mata. I'm going to be making ideas for him to.
He stole this man's idea, didn't compensate him, and then sent him home empty-handed. Oh my God.
Make videos. I swear to God, that's what my job is. It's not editing. And that's what I got from our meetings was, you know, MrBeast, Jimmy, he passes me a piece of paper that says, I blew up the world's most expensive tanks or something. And he gives me a thumbnail that has a picture of him blowing up a tank. And it's my job to make a video out of that. So that was February 8th. On February 13th is when I went to the airport. The post says, years of hard work has led me to this. My heart is pounding out of my chest. And as you can see, I'm flying to Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. And after that, take a very quick look at what I posted afterwards. February 26th, nothing about MrBeast. April 19th, nothing about MrBeast. April 25th, May 3rd, May 9th, May 19th, nothing about MrBeast. And do you know why I didn't post anything about MrBeast from that time? Is because something went horribly wrong and I was way too embarrassed to tell people about it because I had made so much noise, such a fuss about me going to MrBeast company, and then I just got kind of screwed over. So I didn't post a single thing about that. Now, you guys are wondering, I want to see the proof. I want to see the correspondence. I want to see everything that happened between you guys. I want that information. Well, I got it. So this is the first email I ever got from a guy named Dylan. I can't say his last name, so it will be blurred.
Imagine how many other people he ripped off like this. Like, imagine, like this can't be the first guy. I'm sure there's plenty of other people, but because MrBeast is such a monster, huge channel, what they gonna do? Nothing. Not until now.
For the rest of the video because I just don't want to give out his personal PI information. So we're gonna keep it on a first name basis, and we're just gonna say Dylan. Dylan sent me an email and it says in the subject, MrBeast follow-up. Hey, thanks for submitting your info to our casting team. We received your submission at this time. We're fully casted for our current videos. That's not what we want to pay attention to. What we want to pay attention to is the second paragraph. Working at MrBeast, we are collaborative first, and I was forward your submission. Don't know how you got it, but let's keep going. If you're interested, I would love to chat about your potential full-time or contract role work on the MrBeast creative team. February 2nd, 2024 that he sent me the email. It was February 3rd, 2024 that I responded to the email. I wanted to make sure after I made the post, I was like, oh crap, this actually might be a scam. Let me go back and do some research. And then the next day I was like, you know what? I feel good about this. I don't have to delete my post. So I was able to go ahead and reply to him confidently. Now this email here is my very first, I guess, direct exploration call, whatever. Basically me being able to meet them for the very first time. Like I said on my Facebook, and like I said before in the email, Monday, February 5th, 2024. My second call was not only with Dylan, but now it has Dylan, Hoodie, and someone named Kara, which I have never met. I've never once met met Kara, so you won't hear anything about Kara in this video. And this took place on Wednesday, February 7th, 2024 at 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That was the second call. For another email also on February 7th, 2024, this was directly right after the call I had with Hoodie, Dylan, and Kara. And within that conversation, they basically told me that I needed to make a prompt. And when I say prompt, let me just read the email. Hello, Ty, we'd like for you to come in for a vibe check. Vibe check means you come in for a few days to see if you're good, see if you're a good worker, see, you know, people are not going to be annoyed by you, and see if they can move further on with the hiring process. If possible, we'd like for you to come in for 3 days at some point next week. I've got a recruiting coordinator, Leslie, CC'd on this email. She will help you figure out the days which you can make it and handle your travel arrangements. Now, this is the most important email of all. What they want me to do is to do 2 video prompts. Attached, you will find 2 video prompts. Pick one that inspires you the most and document and write out how you envision it. Really let your creativity flow and assume everything is possible.
This is what Pearl tried to do. Pearl's like, yeah, I want to have more people on my team. Yes, like, you know, submit your original ideas, not what we're doing, but something unique, something different. And we will see if we like it. And then, you know, we'll basically hire you. It was just basically just, hey, you got some new ideas? Let me hear it and then steal it from you because you don't have any copyrights on them. You don't have them trademarked. I'm gonna take your ideas and do them myself.
These prompts, one of them is the world's most dangerous trap room, and the other is 24 hours to spend $1 billion. I went with the world's most dangerous trap room because spending $1 billion in 24 hours just seems kind of boring and, quite frankly, linear. I think I have more creativeness than that. That's just not something I want to do. And then, like we mentioned before, this is Leslie sending me an email. Thanks, Ty. Are you able to fly in on Tuesday, be on office Wednesday through Friday, and fly back out on Saturday morning? Of course, I said yes, and she gave me all my travel info. So now we're gonna get into like the more just deep in the details here. So, like I said, if I don't show proof, don't assume that I'm telling the truth. If I don't show proof for everything that I'm saying, assume that I'm literally lying about everything that I'm saying, okay? So in that email, it did say, I realized that the footage was kind of cloudy when it comes to OBS and recording the screen, so I will put screenshots of those messages up there. But in the email, it did say that I had those 2 prompts, and the 2 prompts was something about spending $1 billion in a day in 24 hours, and the other one was the world's most dangerous trap rooms. So we're taking a look right here. I have the prompt, and it says the world's most dangerous trap room. And in my intro, I have PT hallway, I have the elevator, I have the Squid Game's glass challenge, I have bloodthirst, and I have mole maze. And within these things in my prompt, I do have like variations. So first one, I can see the variation. So right here, underneath elevator, I wrote one thing. The ultimate goal is to escape the elevator before it reaches the top floor and the bottom falls out beneath you. But I also have a second variation. Pick lock tool groove chain in the wall. Goal is the same except the elevator moves a little faster. Move the chain object lock pick tool to unlock the locks on the roof and the elevator reaches the top. So you ever play those games where it's like a little plastic thing and has grooves all over? It's like a maze and you got to move that ball through. Well, essentially that's what I did for this video, except you're chained to the thing and you got to move the ball through the grooves with the key that has a key on it, so you can reach one lock. And there's locks on each 4 corners of the elevator. So when you get this lock, now you got to go through the maze again. And now you got to go and take this lock out and lock that so you can escape the elevator. If you don't, the whole thing just plummets to the ground. I thought that was a pretty dope idea, right? So
actually, it is. It is. It's a very good idea. Oh man, MrBeast made millions and millions of dollars off of this man's idea.
I did that, but I also made 2 of them because I wanted to make a variation of it. So also here in Squid Games, that was another thing. I made a different variation of what was already done, and I did that. That was part of my pitch. Now, will this keep going down? Because I think it's somewhere around. I think actually no, it's the Squid Games one right here. In the second variation of the Squid Games, I say Mario style. Floating obstacle course. Instead of using floating blocks, which is impossible, we will use floating rack hoisted by 4 cranes. Floating rack hoisted 200 feet in the air. Each section of the obstacle course will change depending on the distance made. Start from one platform to another to advance. Safety harness will be eliminated due to the net underneath the platform. Now, with that, so we have an idea that I wanted to do. So I want to talk a little bit more about my experience of being at the MrBeast warehouse. I've never once personally ever signed an NDA. In all my emails and all my correspondences and all my text messages, I have never once ever signed an NDA. But what I think what they're doing, there is an iPad as soon as you get to the warehouse, as soon as you walk in, and you have to sign in. And they ask you things like your first name, last name, email address, all that, phone number and stuff like that. And I have a very, very, very high suspicion that when you sign your name in there and you sign in, I think you're also signing an NDA. They don't come out and say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. That's just something that I think. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying I'm thinking because I don't want to get sued by them.
Because it wouldn't be binding them. it wouldn't be binding. That you can't do no shit like that. I remember a roofing company tried to play that with me, right? They sit there and wanted me to sign the colors on like electrical signage about the colors I chose. And it was on a laptop. And I said, okay, I was like, I see that this is just a blank box. And he says, yeah, well, that signature goes on, so you don't have to go and sign a whole bunch of signatures. This signature will go on all the relevant documents. And I said, oh, yeah? And I went and got my phone and I recorded it. And I said, and I put the camera in his face. Then I pointed down here. I said, I want you to repeat again what I'm signing again. And he was like, we really don't have to do it. I was like, no. I said, this is janky. I said, you want me to sign a laptop signature? You want me to give an electric signature? That's just supposed to be saying I'm okay in these colors, and you're saying that this signature is going to be given. I want you to literally say that in front of the camera. He was like, you know what? It's okay. You don't have to sign it. Let me tell you something. When I tell you, I would love to be called a Jew. Please believe me. I don't play that. I have been taught by the best. Okay? You ain't about to, what? You ain't about to do that to me, baby. Just think about, I want you to understand that when you sign a hard copy, like an actual piece of paper, you can read that. You understand what you're signing, and the person, usually say, okay, signature here, letting me know that you agree to this, that, and the other. When you sign something on a monitor, or you sign it on a laptop, please know they could take your signature and put it on any and everything. And this is the reason why, I'll take electric signature online where you just type your name, because YouTube does that when you counteract against copyrights. So instead of giving an actual signature that's in cursive, you just type out your name. Ladies and gentlemen, be careful when signing anything electrically, except when you're signing a receipt for a grocery bill, or you use a credit card. You see what I'm saying? If I use my credit card instead of my debit card, then yes, depending upon the amount, I have to sign it. But I get a signature with that receipt. In addition to when you go to a restaurant, which I haven't done this in years, where you sign something. But when you want to get my electric signature, I better have a copy of that, and I need to know exactly where that's going. Okay? So there's that. You can convert, it ain't easy, Josie. You know damn well. You know damn well it ain't. It's damn well it ain't easy to convert to Judaism. Although I don't have to convert. I'm just going to go ahead and take the title. I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew. I'm a good Jew, Michael. That's right, I am. You gotta think. Listen, these people that go over to Fresh and Fit and Rolo, they're not teaching you this thing. Do you know somebody sent me an email saying, oh my God, okay, I had no idea, Tree, that you can go to a bank and ask to take over the payments for someone who's going through a repossession. I've learned more from you than I've learned from any of these red pill channels. Well, yeah, bodybuilder. What you trying to say, Josie? Yeah, I'm honorary Jew. Thank you. She's talking about bodybuilding ain't easy. Uh-huh. You can totally do that, Tree. I tell you, I tell everyone I'm black. Yeah. I ain't going through all that history and Hebrew learning and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm Jewish. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm Jewish. I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew. That's why I know some stuff. But yeah, that was a nice email I got to let people know, like, don't. I don't want people getting into debt. I don't want y'all getting messed up. I mean, like, what's going on? Anyway, I feel sorry this guy, you know. How do you avoid something like this? The only way I would say you avoid something like this is that you would have to file the trademarks for it. But I guess there's a time limit on it, right? There's a time limit because as soon as you give the pitch, you would just go ahead and trademark it. And then if they do it, then sue them. But I don't think you got the money to do all that. So, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Like I said earlier, I'm a nobody. Anyways, I get to the warehouse and they have multiple different like studios. Studios as in workshops where you work at, creative, thumbnail, editing, ideation, all these things, right? So they take me to, for legal purposes, for legal reasons, I will say Studio 1. Studio 1 of creative. I go to Studio 1, you know, whatever, it's all right. We're working on the video. We're doing the, in 10 minutes, like actual 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, this video explodes. And I mean, this building explodes. I worked on that for a little bit. Wasn't really feeling it. Wasn't really my jam. We went out. I will put a little video up here of me working on like a little laser challenge for that. It wasn't really my jam. Wasn't really that good at all either. Anyways, if I'm being honest. So I went to the next one. And by the way, I'm sorry, I'm skipping all over the place. This was actually the second day of me being there because the first day I spent my entire day in my hotel, which was boring, but for whatever reasons, I couldn't go in the first day, so I spent the first day in my hotel. The second day is when I would start, you know, going to these workshops. On the third day, I was told to go to a different studio. We'll say Studio 2. And I'm working on a video, and the video is, what was the video's name? It was another one that had nothing to do with anything. Anyways, I go through the whole day, well, I say a good portion of the day, about 5 hours. So around like 2:00 p.m. there's a guy named Hoodie. Hoodie, it was also in one of the emails earlier, and he's like, and when it comes to chain of command, I think he's third in chain of command total. So you have MrBeast, you have Tyler, you have Jackson the head writer, and then you have Hoodie. And Hoodie was in charge of all these things. I actually had my vibe check call with Hoodie. I had my second call with Hoodie. I was in contact with Hoodie and Leslie, the coordinator, if you remember that, and everything was going through Hoodie. The guy's a great guy. He's a great guy. He took care of me. He really like gave me great information, great feedback. So as I'm going through this video, I want you guys to remember, I'm not attacking these people. I'm attacking the company, because whatever happens in the company is a reflection of MrBeast. It's not a reflection of the people who are doing the things like what they're doing. Your company is a reflection of what happens. It doesn't matter who does it. If that's
why I said MrBeast is surrounding himself with bad people. I mean, sorry. Wrong. MrBeast is surrounding himself with good people because he's a bad person. And his mama. But his mama, man, I'm sorry. I can't hate the mama, though, man. I think I would show that video, dude. Because like I said, I want to finish it. I was like, damn, MrBeast's mama ain't playing.
Companies ran that way, it is a reflection of you. You gotta take responsibility here. So I do my pitch, and Hoodie says, you know what? I want you to go shadow some people for the rest of the day. I want you to go work with this team and see how you can contribute to them. So let's break down the positions in the MrBeast company. You have C1. C1 is the head person of that department. So if you're in creative, you're C1. So creative, Studio 1, C1. So there's creative, Studio 2, there's a C1 for that. Creative, Studio 3, there's a C1 for that. And then ideation, Studio 1, C1, ideation, Studio 2, same thing. They're just levels. They're just like the head honcho of that department. And then within that, you also have a C2 and a C3. I assume C2 is like the person who are in between, and I know C3 is like the bitch of the company. They just write notes. They don't do anything. They just write notes. Whatever is said, they take notes. They take minutes, and they write everything. They're like the grunts of that department. I went to this new room that Hoodie told me to go to, and there was 3 positions. Well, there was 2 positions at the time. I don't know where the third one's at. There was only a C3 and then a C2. I mean a C1. The C1's name was C. The C3, I talked to him for like 30 seconds. I don't know what his name was. And we were working on a video. We're working on a video called The World's Most Dangerous Obstacle Course. Now we are getting to the part where you finally can understand why.
Wow, how did he do that? I gotta learn how to edit too. Listen, anybody who's a good editor, please give me a good editing program, man. I have outgrown my editing program, which is Corel Video. It's from 2019. It's 2024. I need but I don't want a big time learning curve.
I'm so mad, so upset that I got scammed. I got absolutely scammed by the biggest YouTuber in the entire world. This is where you're gonna find out why I was upset. Now it's gonna come full circle. I'm gonna have to tell you everything. We're working on the video, World's Most Dangerous Obstacle Course, and I want to show some videos and proof of what I did. From here on out, I'm gonna start speaking more theoretically so I don't get sued. So there may or may not have walls in this MrBeast studio where they're all dry erase marker where you can just write anything. So if you have an idea, you're like, oh crap, I don't want to forget it, right on the wall. This is a picture of my pitch that I wrote. So you see right here, you get really close. Bloodthirst. Let's see. Hellevator. Let's even get close. Glass challenge right here. PT hallway. Sound familiar? It's my prompt. So this is what I pitched to Hoodie. This is what I pitched to Hoodie. And I didn't put my variations in there. I just put the ones that I wanted. And I verbally said my variations just in case they didn't like my original ones. This is the World's Most Dangerous Obstacle Course. So C1 has been working on this with me and the other guy, I don't know his name. And we're working on, like, as you can see, the intro, the hook, the money mechanic. Right here, we're looking at, this is the most important part. It's just rooms. When I saw rooms, when we were brainstorming rooms, I'm like, dang, okay, rooms. I just did a prompt on the World's Dangerous trap rooms. This is perfect. I can do this. It doesn't exactly follow the obstacle course, so I can kind of use my room idea with this. I mean, if you look at all these ideas, whatever, it doesn't matter. The one thing that I'm looking at the most is all the way at the bottom. It looks like it says Marlo, but it says Mario. Mario is was my idea. I'm inspired by Mario because my kids love the Mario movie. They love it so much they named my dog Mario. Hold on. Mario, come here. Good boy. This is Mario, my dog. Living proof that my kids named my dog Mario because they love the movie Mario so much. So I was inspired by that. And I think I put that in my prompt as well. If anyone's ever seen Mario, they have the floating blocks. And I wanted to see how I can make an obstacle course with those floating blocks. I thought about it and I thought about it and I thought about it and I realized it's just impossible to make floating blocks in the air. I don't know how you would do it. Logistically, it's just not gonna work, and physically, I don't think it would work either. So I came up with the idea with the trellis net, or I came up with the idea with the truss. Taking a look at this picture right here. So this was my idea here. I wanted to make an obstacle course in the air, but like somehow incorporate it with the Mario idea. Somehow just, I don't know, somehow do that. This is a picture that I drew for this pitch for this idea. And I realized that, you know what, I couldn't do the floating blocks, so I wanted to make sure I could do it another way. So I had an idea of a truss with 4 cranes holding it up, and I wanted to be able to go across it. That was just the first section of it. Because if you look a little bit more to the right of this picture, there's like a helicopter and a guy hanging from a ladder, and there's platforms down here, 1, 2, and 3. There's platforms right there. That was just the first section of it. I wanted the intro of the video to be something so outlandish, so crazy that a viewer had to keep watching. I did still the no net at the bottom. I call it a net, or no, not no net, a net down there. That's why it says a net down there, because it's just a joke that we thought was funny. But I did steal that from one of the other Mac videos. I just figured, why not? It makes it such much of a better video. So I pitched this idea, and they absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. The only person who didn't like it was C1 because it wasn't their idea. So when it came down to our meeting later that day, so we were there for hours and hours and hours. And like I said, there's a hierarchy. There's MrBeast, Tyler, Jackson, the head writer, and Hoodie. Well, Jackson comes down there and we're having a meeting at 9 o'clock at night. The meeting goes all the way to midnight. And then they say at the very end, we're gonna need all hands on deck on this. We're gonna need the help. We're gonna need the creativity. We need everyone to pull their weight. Does anyone have anything that's gonna help us, with this? And I told them my idea. I brought up every single thing, not only just this idea, but the rest of the video. They loved it. The budget was originally 1.7 million. That intro alone cost 1.7 million dollars. Just the intro alone. And the reason why I didn't want to bring it up immediately was only because if the budget was 1.7 million and I'm here to prove myself, I can't start with going by over budget. Say, well, it would work, because who they're going to trust? You're going to trust someone who works there for months, weeks, years, or you're going to trust some guy like me that just flew here a couple days ago. So it was a little risky, but they loved it. We stayed to midnight. They freaking loved it. I got a pat in the back. Jackson was excited. Hoodie was excited. The only person who wasn't excited was a C1 that I kind of stepped over, because like they say in the company, it don't matter if you're C1, C2, C3. C3 can be a C2. C2 can be a C1. C1 can be a C3 by tomorrow. All right, so at this point, I've pitched my idea. They love it. They've set a date. They set a location. And now they have a new renewed budget for this video. And everything's great. I'm so happy. I text all my friends. I call everyone. I'm like, yeah, dude. And also, so after all that, I'm feeling great. I got a verbal confirmation that I was good to go. Everything was perfect. I know about everything was literally perfect until I got home. And that's when everything started to happen. Unfortunately, we have decided not to move forward with your candidacy at this time. We really appreciate you coming out and vibing with us. We would consider you for a role like this in the future, but timing isn't quite right. And the rest are about receipts. So at first I was like, you know what? Maybe that's true. But then I started to think about it a little bit more. And I didn't want to let it bother me. So I said, hey Dylan, that's a bummer to hear, but I appreciate the opportunity. Maybe another time, like you said. Candidly, may I ask if I presented myself poorly or rubbed the crew wrongly in any way? Talking about here, because I know I did. Also, I sent my receipts, and I was just talking about my dog, because I spent like $400 for my dog to be boarded. Sent all that information. He said, hello Ty, you did not rub anyone the wrong way or present yourself poorly. We're going through some reorganization with the team and are limited on roles we have open for teams. I appreciate you sending a receipt, blah, 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 whatever. This is where I started to like say, but I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything at all. Not a single word until I saw this on Twitter. Just uploaded the most insane video we've ever done. Go watch. Take a look at this picture. Take a good, hard look at this picture. Does that remind you of anything you've seen so far? Does it remind you of anything you've seen remotely close to it? Or does it look like the exact same thing that I drew? The exact same thing that I pitched? Everything. Do you want to know how much I got paid for that? Zero. I didn't get paid a single dime. This man, this company, his employees not only took the time to exploit me, to have me work for them under the false pretenses of a job that wasn't, you know, that they weren't available or able to give at the time, yet they had many people go in and out, in and out. On my second day, there was like a different group that I saw the day before, and then they were on their last day, and then on my last day, there was a group of people that was their first day. You're trying to tell me you didn't have any positions, at all, yet you had all those people, and not only did you do that, you used my idea. A lot of people would say, you know what, legally he had the right to do that. I don't know in what legal standpoint he could. I could be wrong, but let's think about this though. We're talking about a billionaire. We're talking about the world's biggest YouTuber. How is that so?
How is this man so selfish? Like seriously, how is he so selfish? I don't understand how people are this. Oh my God. Taters, I am a selfish person. I'm selfish with my time. I'm selfish. Hold on. What else does I say? Oh, I'm selfish with my music. Some of y'all learned that recently. When you like, Tree, can you tell me who that? No, I ain't telling you nothing. When I get some good music, okay, if it's from an unknown person, I'm like, no, I don't want you having the music I got. But money for people who work for me, anybody who helps make me money is gonna get paid. How could you not do that? How could you not take care of people who get you paid? Because that is the goose that lays the golden egg. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of the goose. What you want? You want some worms this time, Mr. Goose? Or you want some sardines? What you want? Okay. Somebody with such a great creative mind would have more great ideas. Pay this man. Exactly. Tree, of course, but the difference is that you are morally a good person. I'm a bad person with morals. Dude, oh my God, man. Whatever he signed probably says somewhere in that anything you create is property. Yeah, but if he did not, here's the deal. If he did,
hey, where are the white women at?
Sharing is caring. Smile.
That's right, Erica. Thank you so much for the $25. And where the white women at? Listen, if you don't know what you signing, it's in void. It's null and void. It's not legal. You cannot sign something you don't know what you're signing, meaning that it's not on a paper and you're not explaining what you're signing. So he wrote an electric signature. You can't do that. Also, if you're under duress or if you're under influence of drugs or alcohol or prescription drugs, I don't think he can get away. I don't think just because you sign something allowing you to get in, it's different than an NDA contract or something like that. There you go. You can't scam someone into signing something. He can, if this really happened, he can sue.
Hard to just compensate for someone for some work. How hard is it to compensate someone for their ideas that make you millions and made me zero? I don't care if it was legally done or not. Like, think about it. We all have hearts here. We're all watching YouTube videos for the same exact reason. How messed up is that? You're a billionaire, dude. It's not like I'm some guy on the street, or you're some guy on the street. You're a billionaire.
No, he's not a billionaire. He's 700 millionaire. He's a 700 millionaire. He almost a billionaire. He's not gonna make it now. He's not gonna make the billionaire now. He's just still a high multi-millionaire.
millionaire, man. Pay people for their ideas. Don't just fly them out there, take their ideas, and send them home. You're giving these people false hope. You're taking their dreams from them. You're taking everything that's about them, their creativeness, their fucking imagination. I'm sorry, I'm actually getting worked up right now. You can't do that to people. You can't do that to people. And on top of that, with everything going in the media, it just kind of shows his true colors. It shows the true nature, your character of who you are. This ain't it, man. This seriously is not it. This is just part one because I believe part two will shock you. And I don't want to get to the point where I have to do part two and I really have to expose a lot of things that might get me sued. So I'm working on something right now. I know this may sound really crazy because, you know, I'm asking for money. And that's basically what I'm doing with MrBeast. I want him to pay me. He owes me this money. He owes me this. He can't, like, you can't just keep doing this to people. You can't do this. So I'm asking you guys, if you believe everything that I've said, there's without a doubt in your mind, you're like, you know what? I like the proof. I like what I saw. I want to help this guy out. Please help me out. I'm going to start a GoFundMe. We work too hard to be stomped on by these guys, to be trampled by these people in power. And who's the one that benefits from it? Think about it. Who's benefiting from this? Me or MrBeast? It ain't me. So please support your boy. And let's just hope I don't have to do a part two. I am though. I actually am. I have so much more proof to go to. I have text messages. I have everything. Let's get it.
Oof. I was afraid of that. The reason why he's not gonna, here's the deal. He's not gonna get that type of money.
I could be wrong.
I agree he should get paid. All right? He should get paid. The reason why he's not gonna get a lot of money from the GoFundMe is because it's not up to us to fund you. You already doing good. You should have sued. Now, I'm going to tell you who should get some money. And if he was to pull up a GoFundMe, he would get paid. He would be paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. Is the black guy yesterday who lost his job, who has a child. Okay? He should have got a GoFundMe. Okay? I was looking on Twitter, and it looks like I wasn't the only one trying to find this man's identity so we could give him some money. But the guy that was being interviewed stated that he appreciate the guy, but he'd rather stay anonymous, and you know, saying he's fine, he's happy, he thinks. He's very thankful for the consideration, but he's good. But that is somebody who deserved the money, okay? He was happy. He just didn't want to rock the boat. And yeah, he was let go for something that was not his fault. And he has a child that he's trying to do good with. You want to reward people to do good by their children. So he gets the money, not you. You don't need it. You should get paid. Don't get me wrong. You should get paid. Had you said, give me some money for a lawyer to sue MrBeast, you would get more money. If you was like, I need money to sue MrBeast, then yeah, you'll get money. But saying, I deserve to get paid because of an idea that MrBeast stole, your issue is with MrBeast, not us. That GoFundMe is not going to be successful. Mudaha. So we're going to talk about MrBeast hiring a PDF file. The best pay he'll ever get is $300K. Not from that GoFundMe, he ain't. Not from that GoFundMe. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? I even have Oh, you talking about something? Okay. You agree with me, Eric? Like, I don't give a crap about morals. I'm pretty bad at that as well. Big fish taking over people's ideas without even giving credit happens all the time, unfortunately. Yeah, and actually it's not our problem. He can't sit up here and say, I deserve compensation for that, so I'm going to do a GoFundMe. Not our problem either. I don't feel the need to donate to you because you got ripped off. Boo-hoo, we all got ripped off. So, yeah, we doing good. Okay, let's listen. Let's look at Mr. Mudahar.
I'm Mudahar, and today I want to, again, talk about MrBeast. Because it's one of those situations that just keeps evolving to the point where, you know, what comes out the next day is infinitely more wilder than what came out a day ago.
Yes!
Now, for anybody that needs a refresher on the situation, MrBeast and his company was basically thrown into the wildfire of the internet because one large YouTuber at this point, almost 500,000 subscribers now, Dogpack404, uploaded a video where he exposed the MrBeast company and went to town basically covering some of their wilder practices, right? Alleged practices, like illegal lotteries, for instance, and the fact that NDAs were being used to silence people from talking about situations that NDAs wouldn't even be applicable for, such as alleged crimes. Now, Dogpack404 came out with a second video on the whole situation, where he premiered it, and he showcased, for a large part, an interview with an individual known as Jake Weddle. Jake Weddle would discuss, effectively, one of his, experiences in the MrBeast productions. I'm not joking, seriously bad production standards, okay? Like situations where he felt that he wasn't safe on set, he felt that there weren't, your precautions being properly met, and in some cases, he feels traumatized from that experience of MrBeast for a paycheck that probably isn't worth the trauma. Now, towards the tail end of this video...
Dude, it's still... I can still tell he got PTSD. Whoever he went to... Maybe I need to send him to the, I told you guys that I went to a therapist, and I haven't had a flare-up since then, in 2017. This guy is really good. He's really, really good. And maybe I need to send him, his information, because like, I can look at him even before who was that? Muggs told me that he's been diagnosed, been treated with that. I can look at the shiftiness of the eyes, him shaking, the tenseness. I'm like, dude got PTSD. I can see it. So, Mama Max Nux, if there is one more weird friend, I'm going to. I didn't know about Mama Max, but not this one. I'm learning about Nux now. Oh my God, can I tell you guys this? When I saw him on this Nux guy was doing a collab with Mudahar, I immediately was turned off because I'm like, why does he look like this? I said, somebody who looks like this, I said, something's wrong with them mentally. I didn't connect it to kids. I'm just saying, look at his whole entire persona, right? So I think I was like, nah. I said, you're anonymous, and then this is what you get to represent yourself? Nah, I'm good. No, thank you. And I never tuned in again. Turn out he's a lolly lover. So I kind of like my instincts, dude. I stay away from people that give me the ick. And even though I don't know why they give me the ick, it eventually finds out. Okay, so there's that.
Is a very, very serious situation that completely moves this whole MrBeast stuff to the next level. Now, while this Dogpack404 stuff was going on, obviously last week, 2 weeks ago, we even saw Chris Tyson, one of the big key members at MrBeast at one point, who basically was exposed, through chat logs, alleged chat logs, and their behavior to be creepy, allegedly, towards minors, okay? Now, obviously, this is a situation where you start to look into this person, you start to see that they're a huge fan of a lolicon artist known as Shadman, and they would have art of this person allegedly up on their walls, and it was just a whole situation where, MrBeast, Jimmy, actually ended up severing ties with Ava Tyson. But of course, that was just one part of the MrBeast thing. Jimmy, who is the face of the entire MrBeast organization, is now, unfortunately, put into some of the most insane limelight that you can imagine. One where I really don't think there is any good answer out of it. So towards the tail end of this MrBeast situation, Jake here actually exposes that there was one employee at the MrBeast headquarters that apparently had a very serious conviction on record, and apparently was still employed at the company, even though they apparently full well knew of this person's serious conviction. Listen to this.
Someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you get it. You can still have a job after you're on the, that's one thing. You know, you go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. You know, like if you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be rehabilitation in this country. But that guy, from what I hear, like I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people.
So that's a very, very, very serious allegation. And obviously something like this would require some actual serious proof in the situation. So obviously, you know, putting the old detective hat on, one of the people who was basically going up against Jimmy, Jake the Viking here, actually had a lot to say about the story. Here's the truth. Yes, Delaware is my brother-in-law. Yes, he is a RSO, registered offender, by the way. When he was 21, a 16-year-old girl accused him and others of SA. When she was 11, Delaware took a plea deal. That's why there's no jail time, but he still...
That's not true. The girl was 11. And I think he was 16. But hold on.
Had to register. His nickname isn't Delaware because he can't go back to Delaware. He's from Delaware. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He's been back several times. He was hired before I was, and was actually the reason I got hired at MrBeast. Before being hired, Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue, Jimmy's mom, and explained to them everything. So yeah, Jimmy knew. But again, this incident happened in 2010. Delaware was hired in 2017 and 2018. Delaware was also let go from the company before I was. Delaware was supposed to be a behind-the-scenes manager, but in a couple videos, he was asked to participate because we needed people. He was reluctant, especially in the straitjacket video, because of his charges, and that's why he wore the mask. Delaware's charges are set to be dropped this fall. Now, it's interesting when people say charges are dropped. I think the proper term would probably be expunged. I don't think charges ever really get dropped like this, especially when you got like a conviction that you've pled to. Delaware has been nothing but a good person, an amazing husband to my sister, and the best father to my 2 nieces that I could ever ask for. They want no part in this and just want to live their lives away from the limelight. I understand why anyone would be upset and frustrated over these allegations, and I do not blame them. So I'm going to stop the Cope Olympics over here and show you exactly what people had found and dug up when this whole situation came to light. Based on DocPack's videos, it took people literally minutes to find the actual offender registry on this person. Now, the video that people are referring to with the whole mask and everything was this: I spent 24 hours straight in an insane asylum. So this is a video that's still actually uploaded and still viewable, and you can see in this photo that this masked individual in the first 5 seconds of the video is the one that people decided to focus on. So within 5 minutes, people had looked into the offender registry and started to find this individual. So if you look at the masked individual and you look at this mugshot over here, there is some belief that, yes, this is the same person, okay? Allegedly. Now, of course, if you read through the offender registry...
sinking fast. Hashtag good riddance also. Happy to report no angel yelling in chat today.
MrBeast ship is saying also happy to report no Angel. Who's Angel? Who's Angel? Oh, I know who you're talking about. Okay.
In this situation, what has been pled to is actually quite disgusting. So right here you can see that the description is registered as a result of out-of-state conviction. The conviction was the R word, 4th degree, by the way, with a victim less than 18. The victim's age was 11 and the offender's age was 16. Now people will say that, oh, but Muda, they were minors, both of them. In fact, this one guy says, hey, the guy was also a minor when the crime was said to have occurred.
So what? He was 16 years old. The girl was 11.
Doesn't justify his actions, but leaving out context is shitty. Yeah, it doesn't justify actions. Here's an extra pair of context there. 16 is when you're in high school. 11 is when you're in elementary, motherfucker.
Thank you!
There's your context right there. You know, it's weird if you kind of think about it back in high school. If any one of my peers was going over to the elementary school for something strange, yeah, that person would be looked at very unfavorably by the elementary school, very unfavorably by us.
See, that's what I'm saying. You got so many PDF file enablers. Ladies, you gotta watch these men, okay? Seriously. Hey, man, he was also a minor. He was 16. Who is 16 dealing with an 11-year-old? But a PDF file. Give me a break.
It was a taboo back then, and it's a taboo very much now. So yeah, that's the kind of context I wish people would kind of add to these situations. See, not everything is as binary black and white evil. You have to look at these things with all of this, you know, extra context that human beings develop as they age. So what's funny about this Jake character right here is Jake Franklin was basically on Jimmy's ass. I probably have showcased some of his stuff while I was covering the story, where he said, Jimmy knew. No accountability, none. The silence is deafening. It just keeps getting worse. Here's the truth, by the way. Yeah, Delaware's my brother-in-law. So yeah, at the end of the day, the brother-in-law in this situation is a true scumbag. Now, I don't know of any real situation where somebody is, you know, somehow, actually innocent, there's been a false claim that's made. Why would you plead guilty and have that conviction added to your record? I've waited, you know, a while to release this video as compared to some of my peers, because I genuinely did want to ask any lawyer, anybody, if there was a solid good reason. And from my understanding is, obviously, these two people were minors at the time, and maybe there was some, there might have been something that could have happened, maybe not enough to go to jail, but whatever conviction that you have to plead to, and the most disgusting conviction that we read here, enough to be put on the registry. And by the way, this is not a conviction where you're put on the registry because you urinated in public and got caught, sometime when you were 19, and 10 years later, you explained that situation. No, the actual conviction we just read disgusts me to my core. Now, the thing about this whole story is, based on what Jake has effectively said, is had this been discussed, right? Like he said, he was hired before I was. Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue and explained to them everything. You are telling me that MrBeast and the people working for him decided to hear this person out. Sorry, you read a conviction like that, it's disgusting. You're telling me you sit across somebody and you hear them out and you read their rap sheet? What did you have to hear to even consider hiring this person?
Exactly.
Jimmy, MrBeast, is somebody that produces content that is aimed towards children. There is, in my opinion, no good response that you can give that could satiate anybody. This is not just disgusting and immoral. This is just shocking that somebody like MrBeast or anybody in the company would just hire somebody. And you don't need suits or fancy HR guys or corporate individuals to tell you that this is a bad idea. This is just something that even if you were a gang of the most unprofessional people with the largest YouTube channel at the time or the largest growing channel, you would realize this is a hire that you probably should never make in a million years.
Ever.
And this makes the context of this guy wearing this mask in the video even more harrowing. You hire a guy, you bring him into the team, and you're telling me if you know about this person's history, allegedly if that's how the story goes, the mask stuff is extra sociopathy on top of it. The person you've hired is in the wrong. You brought him in is in the wrong. And people who will say that, yeah, this person went to prison, or this person, I guess, did their time and they pled guilty or whatever. At the end of the day, if you plead guilty to committing this crime, I'm going to sit there and reasonably believe something has happened that can't be reversed. And in that situation, I really think when it comes to crimes involving children, this is my personal belief, hot take if it may be, you should go to life in prison, or, in some cases, places do capital punishments. I am not necessarily sympathetic to, I don't even have any opposition to that kind of stuff. This is some of the worst crimes that you can get onto.
Yeah, I agree. And the second is I put it children first, animals second, and women third. Okay? All children of both genders first. Cause I'm like, what would make anybody who's 16-year-old say, ooh, look at that 10-year-old. Ooh, look at that 11-year-old. Ooh, look at that 12-year-old. When you're from my observation, because I know girls are different than boys. From my observation, the boys in high school were trying to get with other girls in high school. Or better yet, girls from community colleges that was across from my high school. And if they could get their hands on a teacher, even the better. They were not looking past like that. They weren't even dealing with somebody in middle school, let alone elementary school. Oh my God, dude.
And that's just where I stand on it. Disagree if you want to disagree. Now, because of this whole situation blowing up the way that it has, obviously, a question that people have asked is, how much has this actually affected the MrBeast brand, so to speak?
Probably
the
not.
MrBeast channel.
What was the name of that video? I spent 24 hours straight in a, well, y'all know I gotta go look at that, right? Look, I didn't even finish typing it. All I put was, can you guys see this? All I put was, I spent. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, there you go. Look. Watch this. Look, all I did was put, I spent. That's all I did is I put, I spent, and then 24 hours straight, and Insane Asylum was the first thing to come. It's the first to come up, dude. So look. Oh my God, this is amazing. All right, so here's the video. Okay. Woo! Money. So let's go look at these comments, shall we? I think we should look at the oh, look. Delaware. Can you guys see this? Yep. Delaware. Don't touch Delaware. Please don't touch me, Delaware. George Washington crushed the Delaware River to retrieve a cupcake. We're going to Delaware with this one. Delaware. Jimmy calling him Delaware implies he knew what the name meant. This is video proof he knew. Don't touch Delaware's. Okay, so is there something? Hold on a second.
This cracker. I'm hungry.
He's after
I'm hungry.
Don't touch Delaware. 2, stand up, 3, 4. Hey! It's time for us to feed them their first ration. This and 3 crackers. Who's getting fed first? I'll go. So you get peanut butter and 3 crackers. Dominoes.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I don't like peanut butter. I'm good.
All right, then let's get Ethan. You want food?
He's eating this cracker. I'm hungry.
He's after
I'm hungry.
Don't touch Delaware's cracker. Chandler doesn't have his because he always get really.
Oh, that was very subtle. That was. That's very subtle. Crazy how they managed to get a PDF file for each team. Everyone attacking MrBeast while Chandler just chilling. Who's Chandler? Why do you allow Delaware to work for you when you know he likes
Oh my God,
toddlers?
thank you for the gifted subs.
Joe gave a gifted sub. Hold on a second there. There we go. Joe gave a gifted sub to Lion Blues. Lion Blues, you got yourself a gifted sub, which means you got some cotton candy. There you go. There you go. There you go. Her, I bet he's cheating on me, him, and the boys. This is for real how I act when I'm home alone. Okay, so this is look, this is 5 years ago. 2 victims age 1 to 11, never forget. Okay. So I guess some comments did make it to the front page, and then of course you got all these comments back here. Mask off, Zorro wins. This is honesty. I guess he meant to say honestly. One of the funniest MrBeast videos. 2 predators, 1 video. That's true, because you saw Chris was in the video. It is 2 predators. It's literally 2 predators in here. Okay? And him and him. These two. Jeez Louise. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. But I don't think his channel's gonna get affected that much.
Sit there and reasonably believe something has happened that can't be reversed. And in that situation, I really think when it comes to crimes involving children, this is my personal belief, hot take if it may be, you should go to life in prison, or in some cases, places do capital punishments. I am not necessarily sympathetic to. I don't even have any opposition to that kind of stuff. This is some of the worst crimes that you can get onto, and that's just where I stand on it. Disagree if you want to disagree. Now, because of this whole situation blowing up the way that it has, obviously, a question that people have asked is, how much has this actually affected the MrBeast brand, so to speak?
Not much.
If you go to MrBeast's channel and you look at, a video from 6 days ago,
vote
in the midst of
button.
all of this controversy, the video did 131 million views, okay? Meaning that, as far as Jimmy's videos have gone, they've done pretty well. This is a very well-to-do video. Even comparing it to a video where he actually had 50 of very large YouTubers participate and add in extra viewership because of those large numbers, he still did very well here. Now, obviously, many people have looked into this video and used an extension on Chrome that basically told a lot of people that, hey, this guy got 2 million something dislikes. Now, in reality, apparently, according to Jimmy, the video is doing so well that it's got 98 to 99% like to dislike. And one of the things with this extension is if you have a Chrome extension that tells you dislikes, it's not accurate whatsoever. YouTube's API does not report dislikes whatsoever, so anytime you come across an extension, all it does is take dislikes that have been calculated in a registry that it has for users who also use a similar extension or that same extension, and extrapolates it using math that will obviously not be accurate in any case according to these videos, especially for controversial videos where generally anybody that has a dislike extension probably is somebody that is actively disliking videos. I just wanted to bring that out there because just for the sake of context and argument and actual research, I feel it's best to understand how this piece of technology works. That said, the video, if you start looking through it, there's been allegations that comments have been deleted. Now obviously comments being deleted, there's no way to even prove that properly unless you're posting something and your comment gets deleted. Sometimes spam filters act crazy. They will remove comments. I'll have comments removed from my videos. I never moderate my comments. I don't need to. If you ever have a comment deleted from my videos, it might be a spam filter.
People on my political channel, the boomers, I literally had to tell them, I'm not deleting your comment, but face. Okay? YouTube is doing that. I said, if I ever ban someone, I ban them. I don't have to delete comments. Banning you does not delete your comment. Banning you hides your comment and it hides your presence from the channel. So a lot of people don't realize that, okay, I just want y'all to understand, I don't delete, I only do two things. Ban and like. That's all I do. And then I reply, but I don't delete no comments. So if somebody's deleting if your comments is gone, I didn't do it. And if I ban you, I'll let you know I ban. Well, most of the time I'll let you know I ban you. Sometimes if I'm on my phone, I don't even bother.
Or, what I've done is put my docs inside the actual YouTube auto moderation. So if you decide to post my address, then the YouTube bot will jump in and moderate and remove those things. So maybe there is some auto moderation, maybe there is some moderation, but it's not something that anybody can tangibly prove. That being said, what people can prove is throughout all of this, MrBeast has decided to sweep his content and basically hide a lot of these interesting moments that people have been digging up. For instance, when we were looking at that Shadman stuff from the first video, one video that MrBeast posted, tipping pizza delivery guy $10,000, is suspiciously only 10 minutes and 27 seconds long. Now, I have actual video proof from my research, because I save all of the actual, investigation work that we do, just so I can review it back down the road. And also in the event that somebody sues us and they're like, well, do you have the proof? Oh, bitch, we've got proof. If you look at a re-upload of the video from 5 years ago, it's 12 minutes and 43 seconds long. So evidently, something has happened to the MrBeast video where now it's somehow shorter. What happened? Well, apparently MrBeast has started jumping in to the YouTube editor feature and trimming out sections of these videos. So what got trimmed out of the tipping pizza delivery guy's $10,000? Well, after this gentleman shows up with the white shirt with the orange design, you can see Jimmy and that infamous Shadman poster on the wall. Watch this.
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Just give it back.
Yeah. So right here, you can see that this section where obviously you're sitting down ordering food or whatever, Jimmy is in the back over there and the Shadman poster is on the wall. Now, of course, if we play this footage right over here real quick, one thing you'll notice, and this is something obviously cut out, he'll look at that Shadman poster. Like, he's actually looking at it, so he knows full well that it exists, right? And obviously, Jimmy's not new to the internet. This is pretty much where he's made a lion's share of his money. He knows what that poster is, but that's suspiciously now been cut out of the actual video. If you go to the actual MrBeast content, you can go to this section with this same individual right over here, and you hit play, and all of a sudden, around the time when it's supposed to cut to, the group of guys sitting inside the house, yeah, it cuts right here, and boom, that section was removed out of YouTube. So again, it's stuff like this where I look at it and I think, instead of addressing the actual situation, all Jimmy has to do is start cutting out actual content.
Nice work. Because we wouldn't have known that had you not downloaded the video.
And over time, the controversy and all of the backlash should just blow right over. Now, it's at this situation that, again, people started looking even deeper. And one of the things that got leaked out, apparently from the company, very confidential, do not distribute, was apparently they are deciding to actually expand the scope of their investigations. And what they're doing is hiring a new chief human resource officer. Awesome. We are bringing in a seasoned leader to help us build a more inclusive environment and a world-class HR team. mandatory training on safety, harassment, LGBTQ, diversity, sensitivity training, and workplace conduct. Listening sessions, so you can listen to every employee and their experiences and idea. Anonymous reviewing, external reviews. You know, all of this basically means nothing. On the beginning intro point of this video, when we're talking about the hiring of an individual that has an actual serious conviction on record, okay? You know, we live in a world where once you've been convicted of a crime, if you're ever a felon, getting a job is very difficult, okay? And sometimes, obviously, I can understand if you're somebody that has been to prison and you've done your time. I believe there are some crimes where obviously you can be rehabilitated from and you can pay your debt to society. When there's crimes involving children that people have convictions on the record, right? To give you an idea, if you ever have any tendency to be bad towards a child, and you haven't committed a crime, I think you should absolutely seek therapy. If you have, however, got that conviction on the record, then I don't think there's any saving grace. Now, obviously, could there be extra, things to it? Maybe there is some false stuff. Maybe there is a false conviction, right? But at the end of the day, there is a guilty plea, it seemed, in the situation, allegedly, and why that had to happen, there really doesn't seem to be a good reason. And
I wonder, did she get pregnant? Did the only way a man who's a PDF file, that's probably what happened, right? Because you think, like, she didn't report it at the age of 11, right? She probably got pregnant, had the baby, or had an abortion. It messed her up. Her parents didn't, her mama or whoever, didn't want to bring any attention to it. And then probably, she had enough and decided to go ahead and report it to the police anyway. And if she did have the baby, then the DNA itself right there is enough for him to say, yep, I did it, to do a conviction. If she had an abortion and he confessed that that they did do something, and he's trying to say, well, she wanted to, it wasn't like I forced her, then the confession alone would make him go ahead and plead guilty. What I'm saying is that there's so many PDF files out there that just don't plead guilty, even when there's overwhelming evidence. So yeah, that's something you gotta take into consideration.
Ever come across somebody like that? I don't know what they have to tell you to convince you to hire them, especially when the content you produce is geared primarily towards children, right? That is, without a doubt, one of the most harrowing things that I've witnessed throughout this whole situation. This is why it's escalated to this insane point. And other things that people started resurfacing out of this was these NFT projects that MrBeast once did. This was like 11 months ago when there was one sponsorship in his video, Creator League GG/MrBeast, where ultimately at the end of the day, I believe a lot of the creators involved in this backed out after 24, 48 hours. It really feels like after seeing this, conviction record like this, none of these NFTs or anything even match. But it brings it to a point where we talk about illegal lotteries, and we talk about, the Feastables branding and how children are targeted. There's a lot of questions that have to be answered in that situation. Now, obviously, I think the real backlash here, and really the real consequence for the entire MrBeast brand, is relationship to other YouTubers. Now, yesterday, there was a video uploaded by Ludwig, a friend of the channel. He uploaded a video on Mogul Mail, where he basically said that unless MrBeast has some actual salient proper response, there's no way he can actually continue to support or work for the guy. And I think that goes just to here on our channel at Some Ordinary Gamers. And I know plenty of my close friends in YouTube, people that I constantly collaborate with, people that I am in active business with, absolutely also say the same thing. So the whole—
Really? Hold on. Mark said the PDF file conviction rate in the United States is less than 2%. They might have had him dead to rights for him to plead guilty. Is it really that low? What? Well, Canada's, I don't, I expect that in Canada. I also expect that in London, too. I mean, England. You don't want to watch parole hearings on these monsters either. Oh, no. This is why I said, there's only one cure. Click, click, boom. So now I know for sure she was pregnant then. She probably became pregnant. She probably became pregnant. for him to plead guilty. Ain't no way I would mess with no PDF file. Oh my God, dude. Oh God.
Connection to the rest of the wider community that has always put MrBeast in this positive good guy role, that's basically being eroded. I don't think there's any good answer that MrBeast can provide that will actually make me at least somewhat satiated. There's nothing that he can do that would turn that whole situation around. The fact that he allegedly is hired and let this guy operate near him when this registry, when this conviction existed on the record, that is insane. There is no good answer to that. I think MrBeast has a lot to do when it comes to responding to that illegal lottery. That is still a allegation that hasn't been addressed, especially when, you've been alleged to do something very illegal. I think that, the entire concept of
when the feds
as
gonna
Dogpack
get
showed in
involved?
his initial video, where signatures were apparently being forged, and that is in some way a scam. Obviously, we're discussing a wide variety of actual allegations, and the severity of them change, obviously, depending on what we're talking about. But this is again another allegation that needs to be addressed. The whole situation with Jake Weddle, who suffered in their mind during an actual production of MrBeast. Where's the apology there? And what about the actual Amazon Beast games, where there's some serious allegations of people being treated in a fucked up way on set, and people being mishandled, people being put in danger? There's a lot of things that need to be covered. Now, obviously, from a YouTuber perspective, I don't think he's ever going to have the same connection to other creators as he once had, because this is stink that just does not wash off. Now, obviously, I've seen people bring up the idea of why are people in the defense squad, or why people aren't really talking about the situation, and they keep bringing up that there's money, there's funds being exchanged, we're being paid off by the Beast crew. At the end of the day, I can show you bank statements. Never have I received $1 from this organization or MrBeast or anybody associated. But obviously videos like this, like the one I'm making, take some time to vet, to say things that obviously won't get you sued. But, to make sure that you're on the right side of history and you've got the right facts on board. And based on everything that we've seen, this whole Delaware stuff, that is the final straw, okay? That is the one thing that, in my opinion, you can't come back from. Now, at the end of the day, is MrBeast a brand that's too big to fail? Honestly, I don't think so. I think when it comes to the viewership that he has right now, especially with children who probably don't care about stuff like this or aren't so well educated, that'll still exist. But I think from having his face as the company, I don't think that there's going to be a lot of YouTubers that will work with him. I'm sure there still will be, but I think the YouTubers...
I don't know. I mean, he is big, and even though it's been revealed that he had a PDF file working for him, you're going to have to keep coming after him every day for the next month and a half for it to be like, okay, he's done. Because he has made himself this big to where, yeah, little kids don't care. So I don't know. It's just...
that I'm friends with that have, in my understanding, a really good moral compass probably will never want to associate themselves with somebody that has such a terrible track record, it seems, on hiring people. And I think sometime down in the next couple of weeks, there's probably going to be some serious statements coming out from Amazon
Also, if you want to know what will really bring MrBeast down, that will ultimately bring him down, there's two things that will bring him down. And it all involves the criminal justice system. If the feds raid his place, raid his home, take his computer, if they're like, yo, we about to arrest you, for the illegal gambling, then yes, he's done. And if he's arrested for having CP, he's done. Immediately. Those are the two things. Those are the two things that would end him immediately. But now, this has to be like a slow grind, and he'll eventually be stopped.
To those Beast games. I'm sure when it comes to big corporate companies, they're obviously in talks right now with the MrBeast crew and probably discussing next steps going forward. Is it worth proceeding when you've got this much stink on you? Because Ava Tyson was one thing. You could cut the fat right there and ignore the whole thing. But in this situation, when you've got the face of the company, Jimmy Donaldson, that's a whole separate situation that might make Amazon consider going into the future with this production. The other thing is, obviously, it's going to get more serious. And when I say that, I mean that Dogpack 404, based on my discussions and even my own talk with him, the third part is coming, and the third part alleges that there might be concealment of actual serious misconduct. And here's the thing. If the Delaware stuff was bad enough, if it comes out proven that there was concealment of actual serious allegations and people at the top, including Jimmy, knew about it, then there really isn't any coming back. And I think at that point, YouTube as a company needs to get involved and probably think, is it worth having a creator like this on? And look, at the end of the day, this is the last part, but I feel like it's worth mentioning, even though I don't think it's personally as important as seeking justice for victims involved. At the end of the day, there are victims in the story, right? You know, it started off with people who were minors at the time talking inappropriately with...
I really felt sorry for that guy. I'm sorry, that guy. I'm so glad we watched the animal videos because he hurt my heart. I mean, I felt better watching a little duck switch. Tell my son, you can't touch this. You can't get it. You can't get it. Like, that made me feel good, but... Yeah. Anything else, like, dude, I'm like, that was bad. That video yesterday was really, really bad. Like, wow.
Some of the people in MrBeast's company, and it evolved to a situation where somebody was put on camera with a mask on to try and, I guess, somewhat conceal that they had an actual really serious, disgusting record. And why that person was hired is beyond me. It's a situation of constantly escalating fucked up situations. And at the end, look, for YouTubers who want to make a mark on a world outside of YouTube, the fact that MrBeast is one of the largest brands on the platform, 300 plus million subscribers, he's not just a YouTuber, he's a mainstream figure. Now, people outside of YouTube, you know, when they look through YouTubers and the news and the big people involved, this is going to be a permanent stain on the rest of the community, right? You know, because here's the thing. If the largest YouTube channel is this mismanaged and messed up, imagine what the mainstream side and imagine what people outside of the scope will think about next time they want to work with any YouTuber agency, right? Or any YouTuber group, because this is always going to be on people's minds. People are going to look at YouTubers as consistently unprofessional.
For men.
Boom! Headshot!
Okay. So it's been a whole bunch of men, and y'all only got one woman PDF file. Okay? You got a whole bunch of men's and one woman. And I don't even know about the woman. I don't even know about that case. She played a ukulele or whatever. I was like, okay, I don't even know anything about this, but, you know, whatever. But no, it's like the men. They're going to be thinking about the men. So, mystery, just them having that disgusting art on the wall is just a small portion of what him and his crew actually have. They will find more, and it only takes one from his crew to exploit it all. Yeah, but he won't take an immediate fall until the feds, the alphabet boys, are going to have to come in there. Diddy had all kinds of accusations going against him. Diddy had all kinds of lawsuits going against him. What eventually destroyed Diddy once and for all? FBI. FBI didn't even arrest him. All they did was raid his home, took his shit, and left. That's all they did. And Diddy is gone. He's done. The charges haven't even been filed yet, and he was done. Okay? That MF was on there talking about something, I'm sorry for what I did, Cassie. Because I agree with everybody else. That video of Cassie coming out, that came from the feds, baby. That came from the feds. Nobody had that daggone video but them. They released that video. They leaked that video because they had possession of it. So once they get your stuff, it's a wrap, baby. That's easy.
Professional individuals that are just ticking time bombs of controversy. And I think for a lot of the professional people in the sphere that try to make sure that nothing bad happens at our organizations, I'll tell you right now, working with Caleb, Oompaville, and a few of the people that I'm personally very close to on YouTube, we're nothing but the most professional idiots on the platform. And to see the rest of the world look at us as complete idiots because of these guys is just the extra little insult. But ultimately, like in the end, I want some serious, actual, like, statement from MrBeast. And honestly, nothing will satiate me. But at this point, I am just interested seeing how you respond to the ever-mounting group of serious allegations that this whole situation went into. If I personally feel like I'm very low energy in this kind of video, it's just because I'm still mentally trying to process how insane this situation has become. And honestly, the only reason I'm interested into it is because to me, this stuff isn't drama. I know people look at this stuff like, oh, it's just drama and like gossip and tea and everything. It's not. You know, this is a situation that unfortunately affects all of YouTube. It really does. It affects every creator on the platform in terms of our public perception with the rest of the outside world, outside of the scope of YouTube. But it's also a situation that is a grim reminder of... It's just a reminder to be more professional, you know, in a situation like this. It's a reminder that... It's a reminder that if you're going to run a YouTube channel, you should run it with some tact and care. And when it comes to this Delaware situation, it's just one of those things where it becomes one of the largest bombshells. How this happened is going to be a question that I think video essays will tackle years down the line. Anyways, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.
Okay. Now we go to H3H3. Thanks to you all. Thanks to the taters. H3 talked about this. So I went to the timestamp. And here it is.
He's a sweet soul.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
Yeah.
And then the other main story is that the Beastonomics is the fallout from all the Beast drama. There's like a whole bunch of them just culminating into a Beast pile.
I tied up an FBI agent.
He's in hot water for that one. Let me tell you.
That's a federal crime.
Yeah.
That's a felony.
No, they don't mess around. Don't mess with feds.
Where this one dude, Dog Pack, drop part 2.
His name is Dog Pack.
That is so not his vibe, though.
It sure is his vibe. Like, where did that come from? That is okay. I gotta speed this up because that is so not his vibe. He's a little beta, tamest, soft-spoken, anorexic-looking hero that we all love and adore. Okay. Every time I look at him, I'm like, Lord, can somebody get this man a cheeseburger? All right, here we go.
He dropped part 2, and it's about this one guy's experience who worked for MrBeast, and it's very anecdotal. What I'm interested to talk about is he alluded to there being like a convicted child R-wordist that worked there that Jimmy knew about, which I thought was interesting, and that started to get teased out a little bit on Twitter. Part 3 is forthcoming. I don't know. I think lead with the pedo stuff.
Yeah. I think he was trying to like build the blocks up, but I do think that that is horrendous, and it did get lost a little bit at the end.
It's like 100 times worse than any of the other things in the video, basically.
Like I feel very bad for the guy he interviewed, and all the peace and love in the world to him. Hiring a pedophile is a lot worse than not turning off the lights when he was trying to sleep.
Right.
A minor.
Whoa!
Which is apparent.
Turner, friend of the show, Turner is in the chat right now, and he just said doing a victory lap right now in real life.
What's that?
So you remember Turner was an editor.
That's the guy who called in.
Yes, correct.
He's got a ton of shit.
He was basically I mean, unless I'm not aware of.
Wait, is this the Turner that I know from Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out.
And he was on Big Brother and everything.
Yeah.
So he was an editor for.
Oh, he says he got the tea on Delaware. That's the pedo guy.
Wait, he does?
Wait, do you want me to ask him if he wants to call in?
Girl.
Please call.
Okay, just Instagram message me. I'll send you a link.
We need to know about Delaware.
Delaware ain't just a tax haven.
So let me summarize the whole video for you guys. The Delaware guy apparently is not allowed in Delaware, and that's why they call him Delaware. That's the whole interesting part for me.
That is interesting. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because I want to follow what we've.
Yeah.
Hold on. How come you can't go to people's channels anymore?
Plotted. I'll just get into it right now then, since we're on the topic.
Just as a side note, that channel Dogpack, he's only has these 2 channels. these two videos on his channel, and he has almost 500,000 subscribers.
Oh my god.
Wild.
Yeah. Wait, this was his first video? His first video has 12 million views.
I think he must have wiped his old content.
Oh, I don't know.
I would if I was him. It's like
maybe.
Yeah, he definitely wiped.
He's all in MrBeast now.
I think all those subs are definitely from his.
Yeah.
No, he just started the channel just to expose MrBeast. One thing that makes me mad about Ethan, he doesn't do his due diligence. He's so caught up in his own world, which I guess that's a good thing. He doesn't know the backstory to a lot of this stuff. Like the whole thing with Rolo, I'm like, how do you not know that the reason why he got caught was because he responded to his own alt? So he gets it. He's not up to date. Yeah, he does a lot of assumptions. So true. Like, I'm like, come on now. He should know better. It is annoying, Morgan. It is annoying.
Crazy.
His new videos. I think that guy's gonna get sued still. And I was watching Legal Eagle's video about it, and he was kind of agreeing with me that like
For the first video, right?
Yeah,
the one where he talks
the second
about
video, no.
Right.
He didn't do anything that would get him in trouble. In the first one was full of stuff that had me like biting my something.
Why can't you just
Yeah, but you know what? Don't listen. Don't be, hold on. Don't be too sure that the little one is going to get sued. People keep forgetting about discovery. Now, maybe MrBeast will sue him and then drop it before it gets to the discovery. That's possible. So that he doesn't, because we will help pay for that lawyer. So there's that. So I don't think he's going to get sued. And if he does get sued, MrBeast's not going to take it all the way there, because that means there will be a way for, what is his name? The new content, Carl Kraut? No. Carl, what is his name? Anyway, his lawyer will be able to go into MrBeast's computer or his stuff and get relevant information. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Candace. Okay, discovery goes both ways.
Lip? Well, biting your tongue means not wanting to talk.
But you want the opposite. You were trying to.
I was biting the
You want
hair.
to warn him. I'm Dick Jeff.
I gotcha. Delaware chat, let's go.
Delaware.
I don't know what that means. Somebody just wrote Delaware chat.
So, all right. So Dogpack, he put out his video. I worked for MrBeast. He's a sociopath. This is part 2 of 3. And he went and interviewed this guy who was actually in a lot of his videos a bit ago. They show lots of clips. I didn't recognize him, but he's been in a lot. Love, you said you recognize him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff.
He must have been in at least, I mean, off of my head, 20 videos at least.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And he stopped working for him, and then he came back to do a video.
To be a contestant.
To be a contestant in it, yeah.
And
yeah, Joe. Legal Eagle is I don't necessarily like listen to him seriously, because he has said a lot of stupid stuff in the past and it never came to light.
He's mostly talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, that part is, that's his story. But again, the Delaware part is what gets me very fucking fascinated. In fact, it was first mentioned in this video. Is there a timestamp to when he mentions Delaware?
Yeah, number 2 in the doc.
Thank you very much. Here he is.
Roll it.
He'll be in videos. He'll be in videos. He'll be in thumbnails. He'll be around. And whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face can be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Like, do I have to, is it more on the nose? Or, I don't know why they let him go, because he'll be in videos. He'll be in
that's it? Well, he says,
and how do they know that it's like the whole thing checks up? This is all public information about the guy?
It's public information, and one of the other guys has worked for MrBeast, who's the brother-in-law of Delaware, and he put out a statement on Twitter.
How come people don't know that registered PDF files entire docs is available? How come people don't know this? Like, I'm so shocked. And then maybe because I'm a former police officer, I know this. But I'm saying to myself, Heifer, you do know all of this is public information. Their full docs is on the registry. I'm not buying that Gila is from Israel stuff. Gila has been in America for how many years now? She's been here since what? The 90s? She's been over here well over, 30 years now. She should know that. Okay.
Oh, they found the police report.
Please take off your mask.
Yeah, I heard it was like assaulting it. So he was 16 at the time and the girl was 11. And he assaulted her. I didn't know what that meant, because that could mean all kinds of things. So I wanted to look it up and see like the severity of it. Does it say here what he did? Conviction? Oh, it's all blotted out. According to Keemstar, right? It was straight up like R word, like
it's at the bottom.
According to Keemstar?
Well,
No.
In the doc?
Is this where we get?
I'm sorry, no. In that screenshot, it says 11 years old.
No, I know, but it doesn't say what's the crime.
What was the crime?
Yeah. Also, where's the part where he says why they call him Delaware?
I'll find that.
That wasn't in this clip.
I'm not in this.
How do y'all not know? How come y'all don't do your research before you get online? Oh my God. Okay, this is stupid. I can't, I'm sorry. I can't do this with somebody who don't do their due diligence.
Turner and Hooch.
Okay, we're just gonna listen to the interview. Like, oh my God, how is it that you don't do your research before you go online? Oh, okay, here we go.
Turner.
Yeah, if you chant his name, you can't forget it.
Matthew.
What's up?
Hello again.
Dude, I'm upside down.
You're sideways. You're not even
sideways.
Almost
There
upside
we
down.
Didn't help.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you got painted fingernails. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna listen to this guy. Y'all know I'm judgmental. So maybe he'll change my mind like the lady with the cat ears. Let's see.
Sure.
It's certainly better like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hold on. I think I have a fix. Hold on. I got this. Hold on.
go ahead.
Turn off
Turn
this.
All right.
He is so
Yeah.
Nice.
Turner, what a lovely setting you're in. Where are you?
Oh, thank you. No, this is it's in my apartment. This is where I.
What city do you live in?
I live in Providence, Rhode Island, but no, the MrBeast team did not call me Rhode Island. Funny enough.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah,
Your
thanks.
apartment
Oh,
looks
my dad
lovely.
told
That's
me.
awesome. You live by yourself?
No, I live with my fiance Megan, who
Whoa,
made an appearance a couple years ago.
congratulations.
All of this? Woo, somebody got some money.
Thank you.
That's so
Is there
wonderful.
a big delay on my part? Is
Nope.
it sounding good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Normal.
Oh.
Normal.
Yeah, you're great.
I'm sorry, I have to fast forward. I do not
This
want
fostered
this.
environment with
I
Wally.
do not want this clown flashing his fingernails at me again. Okay. Also, he's a possible T-word.
Boom, headshot.
Okay. Do not be surprised if this man says, "I'm a woman now." Okay. All right. Let me tell you why I believe so. Okay. The long, beautiful hair. All right. The lack of facial hair. Because it's easy to, the same thing Chris did. Chris had little tiny itty bitty mustache. And then you got his fingernails painted. Honey. All right. He looks too clean to sit up here and be like, come on, girl. All right. I bet you take care of them plants. I'm sorry. This is a man who only is dating a woman so that he can learn how to be her. So, yeah.
They all think is so funny. And it's like the combination that doesn't sit very well when you add all three of those things up. So yeah, it was just nuts. I think Cody Coach should start working there.
This is really
We've all jerked at the Lolly at some point.
That is not true.
No.
Maybe at Beast, but not in this office. This is actually this is really compelling.
That's kind of insane.
I would actually love to chat with that guy. I mean, what the fuck? People talking shit on my kid, dude. I'm ready to. I'll fucking kill. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I still talk to him. I talked to him the other day.
Where is he, dude? We got to hear from him.
I mean, I can flip numbers and get Olivia in contact with him or something. However, whatever. It's like, bro, that was like a funny joke to them.
So do you think Jimmy knew about all this stuff and they just didn't? He just thought maybe he laughed about it but didn't know how serious it was. Like, what's your take on Jimmy's?
Well, to be fair, and even in my original video, I've said like I tried to be as fair as possible. I don't think Jimmy had any idea about the meeting up with people. I just don't know. I feel like that was like Ava's dirty secret at the time, but they definitely knew about the Lolly. That was like so funny to them. They're like, yeah, look at the Lolly Discord. Did you check the Lolly Discord?
Oh,
it's like,
shit.
Bro, I know. I was I had worked there for like 2 weeks when they were like, "Yo, you mess with Lolly, bro." I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And so,
Who asked you that?
That was insane.
Who asked
I
you
know.
that?
And at the time, I'm 18. I didn't want to get sued when I made my original video, but there was so much stuff going on at the time. There was soliciting prostitution. There was God.
Wait, you say whatever you want now. But.
Dude, I don't necessarily.
Yeah,
want to get
what
sued,
gender though? What gender are the prostitutes? I'm gonna need you to say the gender, okay? Because there could be male and female. Okay, that's equal opportunist. All right. Anissa said, you could be right, Tree. He is bi. Anissa, this person we're looking at right now actually came out as bisexual. Because I can tell see right now, I can see the effeminate behavior. He keeps using his hands and he's not even an Italian.
Boom, headshot.
I follow him on TikTok. He said he was bi. Okay. All right. Get ready for that transition video, girlfriend. Okay. Get ready for that. My new pronouns are she, her, or she and her. Sorry. He was in Big Brother. I hate Big Brother, so I wouldn't even know. So he likes to be seen too. That's a very effeminate thing.
This is in Minecraft. I don't know.
In Minecraft.
Oh my God.
Who was soliciting prostitution in Minecraft?
There was so we all hopped in a Minecraft server for a bachelor party, and then yeah, dude, the 3D animation was crazy.
I know one person around at Beast Beast in Minecraft who got married. Was it the person that I'm thinking of that got married?
To be fair, I think there's like 5 people who got married, but this person did get married, and no, wait, actually, no, this is not that person at all. No, it's not Ava.
And in Minecraft, did you end up hiring the creeper?
The creeper, the person who wanted the creeper didn't have their V-Bucks, and so I had to pull out my V-Bucks to give to this person, which is insane.
So they did acquire the creeper in Minecraft. It actually went down.
Yeah, the creeper was acquired.
Wait, was it The Bachelor? Was it The Bachelor?
This is so hard to follow. I know a little bit from Teddy, so I'm like catching little references.
It was the guy who.
I'm just being honest. There's no chance I'm saying a name, but it was one of the main like zombie pigmen of the.
Okay, wait. And was it one of the ones that was about to get married? Was it? My question is this. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like a cheating thing? Is basically what I was asking. Trying to get out.
No, it's not a cheating thing, which is very nice.
That is very nice.
That's a silver lining, huh?
It was like for the bachelor party.
Sounds like one person.
Yeah, we were there for the bachelor party. We were in the Ender. We traveled somewhere, and then it all happened. And it was like, in my original video, I wasn't coming out fist blazing like this. I was just trying to be like, hey, I was bullied in the workplace, but I wasn't going to do the whole this, you know? But now this seems like the tamest accusation, if anything. So whatever.
I don't think you'll ever get bothered for this because, like you said, it's like such a big pile. And I mean, shit, if you're telling the truth, then you really have nothing to worry about.
Oh, yeah, dude, I've been saying this, like, I make tweets and then I delete them after 6 seconds. I was doing this like years and years ago. I don't know. I get scared. I pussy out of my tweets. I can't really hang like you, Ethan. So, but
well,
yeah,
I deleted Twitter. I can't hang there either, man. I'm on. I had to bail.
Gotcha.
So wait, I'm curious.
No, you did not delete Twitter. You just don't post on Twitter anymore. You deleted all your tweets. Ethan deleted all his tweets, but he has not deleted Twitter. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you the way to go. Okay, Ethan. Is he on H3 Productions? Okay, this is hold on. Let me show you. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, he doesn't tweet. Why does he have this up here? So he deleted all his tweets except for this. In 2022, 2017, and that's it. So none of his tweets are there. Okay, so he has not deleted, obviously, Ethan Klein. He has not deleted Twitter. He just doesn't tweet on Twitter no more. He deleted all his tweets. See, and how do I know that? It's because, unlike Ethan, I do my due diligence.
Boom, headshot.
That's the difference.
Who was saying what? What was the deal with? They were all talking about a lolly server, unaffiliated with MrBeast, but they were all a part of this lolly server where people shared.
Well, I know the main accusation was just that Ava was in the lolly servers. I just know that there was like a writer's room where Chris's like big desk was, and I know it was referred to, oh, check this out. Oh, Turner, yo, new kid, you ever heard of lolly? Look, it's and then yeah, I mean, I don't know that everyone was in the server. Ava was 100,000%.
No. We are gonna judge you, Deemer boy. Okay, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We have a diversion here. We have a black man who is very desperate for some white man's trash, who says, I think Pearl is a babe. I can fix her. Don't judge me. Now, clearly he doesn't have a daddy. Okay? And because he can't get a suitable woman of any other race, he wants to go for the low-hanging fruit of the white race, which is Pearl. Okay. I don't care. I don't care what you said. Wait a minute. Are you saying you're not black? Because if you're white, I'm going to go. If you say you're white, I'm going to be twice as worse on you. So before I continue my slander, before I keep coming after you, what is your race? Oh, you are black. Okay. So I thought you was a didn't do. So who cares if that is your PFP or not? You are a Tyrone. You are a Pookie. You are the black man who can't get a decent black woman, so you get the scum of the white race. We get it, okay? Let me tell you something. Pearl don't want you, okay? Even she got some limits to the Pookies and Tyrones that she would want to get, okay? All right. Nikki said, I mean, if you like women who look like they smell like wet dog, to each his own. Well, I mean, that's probably why he wants her, because she does smell like a wet dog. He probably be like, babe, you gonna get up and take a shower? Let me dry you off. He probably the kind of person have a spritz bottle sprayed somebody like Pearl, so he can smell that wet dog all day, every day. Okay. All right. No. No. I don't care, Pookie. All right. This is the thing. You should be lucky we allow your kind in my damn chat. But you gonna sit up here and simp and chimp over Pearl and think I wasn't gonna see that? You thought that I was gonna let that go? Okay, if you want to fix something, fix your own life, all right? You ain't got no woman. You ain't got no money. You ain't got nothing, okay? So fix your own life. I don't know why black men like you who are at the bottom want to get these old bottomless trash, white trash women to be in the gutter with you. See, I don't understand this. You guys' standards are in hell. That's why you want Pearl. But you better understand, as when we say, if I say you can't sit with us to women, you think I'm going to let you as a black man sit up here and simp for Pearl, my enemy? You better, first of all, don't even try to fix somebody else up till you fix your own life up. Get your money up. I haven't gotten a donation from you ever, so that means you broke. Okay? Get your broke ass out of my chat and go. I'm not gonna ban you. Go get a job. You know, you donated last stream. Oop, you're dead. I'm sorry. I take that back. Boom, so you do have a job, okay? But your taste in women sucks. I don't take back none of my insults. Stop sipping for white trash in my daggone chat. And you should save that money to get better taste in white women. Now, so since you got a job and prove me wrong, then take that job, save some money so that you can build your taste in white women. Tree said, oops, yeah, he did do it. I just remembered. As soon as he said it, he's like, I did donate. I donated last week. I was like, Yeah, he did donate last week. I remember now. He's still, how dare him go sit up here? I don't care how much. He ain't donate that much to sit up here and start simping for some damn pearl. Not in my chat, okay? Not today, Satan. You don't tell me something I can fix her. I think she a babe. Yeah, $2 don't count. That's what I'm saying. But he does have a job, though. He does have a job. So, even though he donated low, he still donated. So he does have some kind of a job. Because broke pookies don't donate at all, honey. Okay? They don't participate at all. Babe as in Pig, the movie from the 90s? Probably. I saw that. I was like, okay, we're going to have to stop today's program so I can get in on him. That goes for any of you other pookies. It was $20. Was it $20? I don't remember it being that much. Pearl looked like Shaun White if he was gay. Pearl went and took a... Lily showed me I'm a Tree fan before Pearl sent you. No. You need to let me revise that damn sentence of yours. You should say I'm a Tree fan, period. I'm revising that busted sentence of yours. It's I'm a Tree fan, period. Be simping from that heifer in my daggone thing. We weren't even talking about Pearl. He came out of the blue like, I like it. Ooh-wee, I got a super chat. Look, he gave me $50. Oh my God. I'ma like your donations. He gave me $50. Those of you in the Kick Chat. Kick Chat is clapping. Kick Chat is clapping for you. Said the $50 donation says I'm a Tree fan, period. But before that, I was laughing at Nikki. I was laughing at what Nikki said. Nikki said, LMAO, we weren't even talking about Pearl, and here he come with, I like dirty foot bitches. That's what it was. I was laughing at Nikki ass before he made his donation. That's why I was laughing so hard. Yeah, because we haven't talked about Pearl all week. Okay? We haven't talked about Pearl all week. He just brings her out of the blue. Like, is he saying I need to clown her so he can stop daggone simping for her or what? Damn, okay, you spend money. I'll just be content being Ray. You get no money out of me, but what you will get is my awesome personality. Tree, I'm awesome. You okay, Juan? You been here for a minute anyway. He brought it up. Yeah, I'm just an Erica. We weren't even talking about Pearl. I swear to God, when was the last time I mentioned Pearl? Someone mentioned her. Who did it, Deemer? Who did it? Who mentioned her? We haven't talked about Pearl because Pearl is so irrelevant. We haven't talked about her and I know I talked about it last week. It was. Did one bring up Pearl? Were you the one bringing up that heifer in the daggone chat? Yeah, we talked about Pearl last week. I brought her up last week, but this week I mentioned her because Juan was talking about being gay, and I was like, duh, you like manly. Oh, that's how. Okay. All right, that's how it all got started. Oh, okay. All right. So Deemer boy didn't bring her out of the blue. Okay, so we not crazy. So I'm like, what in the world? You bringing that heifer up out of the blue? So no, I get like you didn't bring it out of the blue. But don't you sit for that heifer no more in my chat. I'm gonna put you on blast again. Okay. Yeah, Lisa. Hey, exactly, Erica. Lisa got $50 this time. I am not hating. Okay. He has paid $50. I have forgiven him of his sins. His sins have been forgiven. Okay. I have exorcised those demons out of him. Okay. Hallelujah. All right. Now let's get back to this. Now y'all know why I don't want a whole lot of. Listen, this right here is why. This is right here is why I don't want like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in my chat. And I think like the last time I had so many people in my chat was when I was exposing Daisy, and I couldn't keep up with the chat.
Ooh,
you know what
I
I'm
got a
saying?
super chat.
Oh, y'all! He donated another $20. Oh my goodness! He said, "Won't happen again." Then he got a little emoji face with a halo above it. Well, thank you. Listen, you can always buy me off. Now, to buy my niceness is very cheap. Pearl is a 0 out of 10. That's true. Gross. That's right, Eric. Okay. But I get to see if I'm half paying attention. I think the only time I was not half paying attention to the chat was when I was watching the video yesterday, for the most part. Who said that? Oh, Eric and I'm looking at, those of you who don't know, you should know this, Deemer boy. I'm looking at 3 chats. I'm looking at YouTube chat, Kick chat, and my chat on my website, Tree of Logic. That on that chat, you can say any word you want. You can put links in their chat. It's a free chat. It's just that people don't go to it because it's not YouTube chat. But if people want to give me links, because you can't post links in Kick chat and you can't post links in YouTube chat. So if anybody want to post links, you can post links through a donation through Streamlabs or Stream Elements, or you can come to my website and post a link in the chat there. Okay. So there's that. So, all right. Well, hey, shoot. Hey, I made $70 out of that interaction. Today is a good day. All right, let's finish this.
The server, that's I mean undeniable, but they all knew and thought it was funny. It's so gross to think about. Bro, it's a kid. Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
So it's Ava who's kind of in there, always trying to like get people involved, it sounds like.
Yeah, they're doing the real groundwork on this project, and then yeah, it's nuts.
That is fucking horrific. That is actually pretty compelling.
Yeah, and like I never plan on talking about this ever again. I have my own fan base. I mean, like doing things on Instagram, building furniture. I'm so removed from this now, and so it's just like I never thought I'd talk about this again. But listen, I know I saw the live stream. I was like, all right, it's topical. Get me in there.
Well, I appreciate it because this is actually a lot of new stuff I'm hearing.
We're so back.
Wow, the culture is bananas in there. That's the problem with this YouTube shit. Like, you give a bunch of kids like a massive budget, a huge audience, and all the capability in the world, and there's no adult in the room. Like, that would never happen. Well, terrible things did happen at traditional media companies.
Yeah.
We've learned, but like not to this. I feel like there's a lot more oversight.
I feel like the problem was the only adult in the room was a convicted pedophile and the mother. And so it's like, who exactly am I going to go to for help? Like, now obviously there is HR probably, but at the time, absolutely not. It was like, oh, I'll go to his mom and make a complaint about him. Yeah, that's going to work out in my favor for sure.
What's Jimmy's mom like?
I mean, I think she was a warden before she got this job of
You say
CEO
a warden?
Yeah, like
a military warden. That's a different type of warden. A military jail warden is not the same as a regular state jail warden. It's not the same of a federal jail, federal prison warden. Okay? It's not the same. A military jail warden is a special kind of evil, baby. That's a special kind of evil. And it looks like we're going to have some time to go look into her now. Because I got that other video from Erica.
Prison, like a prison warden.
Holy fuck.
The Shawshank connections just keep piling up, dude.
She was a warden? So the
something like
hold on.
Okay.
The head of the prison is working with the pedophile.
Right.
Military! Y'all gotta be specific!
To spread lolly.
Yeah, they had really crazy networking meetings.
Oh my God, what is happening in that?
Yeah, so that's kind of all I have, but I felt like it was definitely like something to add to the conversation.
What are you up to on Instagram? Building furniture?
Yeah. Gila followed me a few months ago, and I was like, "Whoa, thank you, such a big fan." So
I saw a video you made about like your apartment and stuff you do around the apartment. Cool stuff.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
What's the handle?
Turner?
It's Turner, but Turnurr, so like Turner. Turner.
Turner.
Yeah.
Just Turner?
Yeah, Turnurr. I mean, that's not how you spell my last name. That's all I could get.
That's pretty close.
I got the link for you.
Yeah, you're saying. Let's see. Take a look at what you're up to.
Thank you.
I
really
you back from the
appreciate it.
podcast account.
To be fair, I'm a very, very big fan, so it is nice to connect. But yeah,
I
thank you
appreciate it.
for
It's nice to
joining
talk to you again. I appreciate it. Definitely.
So yeah, I do like kind of just the most wholesome work. I'm building furniture with my fiance. Like we're just doing woodworking tutorials. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I love your loft, by the way, dude. It looks great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow, dude. Oh, you're pushing your girlfriend, your fiance? Oh, okay, because you want to be the spotlight? Mm-hmm. Yep, you're going to be coming out as she, her next week or next year. As soon as you get married, you're going to be like, I was always a woman. Look at this beautiful floor. Oh, my God.
What? This apartment's nuts, bro.
I know,
That
the apartment
so
looks crazy. Yeah.
That's where I currently am. This is the loft with a frenemy's beanie right there. But
Nice.
So you're a carpenter now, huh?
yeah, basically after the whole thing came out, I was like, well, I can't be an editor. No one's hiring me now. So
True.
it took years. I got on Big Brother. Like I started like cultivating a small fan base. I kept making my rugs, and then just like furniture was a natural next step.
I want to look at what is this? What is his name again? This is beautiful. Guys, I'm into wood, by the way. All right. Who is this that said they what's his name again?
So,
well, congrats. That's great.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
And
I
it's
really
nice,
appreciate it.
nice that you're getting a little vindication in terms of just like catching unwarranted shit for.
It is nice. I was a little bit like every time I talk about this, which really has only been a couple times in like 5 years, I'm nervous that it's gonna like go back to how like
Matt Turner.
$20.
So welcome back to The Loft,
A series where we rebuild their dream apartment.
So today's problem is that we are out of space for our plants again. So after weeks of looking online for the perfect side tables, we finally found the one, but they cost $7,000.
So we said, okay, let's build it ourselves.
Now, after some research, the only materials needed is concrete.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. My new mouse, what was I on?
Alright, today we're making our weirdest piece of furniture yet.
And we're doing it all for $20.
How do you fast forward this stuff?
So welcome back to The Loft,
A series where we rebuild their dream apartment.
I'm so sorry, guys. My new mouse is so sensitive, and for some reason, if one of my fingers hit the other one, it just clicks it real quick. I don't know what to do about it. I don't want to get a new mouse.
So today's problem is that we are out of space for our plants again. So after weeks of looking online for the perfect side tables, we finally found the one, but they cost $7,000.
We said, "Fuck it, let's build it ourselves."
Now, after some research, the only materials needed is concrete and balloons for under 20 bucks. Then back at home, I copied our measurements and started filling my balloons with concrete. And from balloons popping to exploding concrete to losing the feelings in my hands, this is where I started to question my sanity. All right, I have never been this close to giving up. This is the only project where my materials are flying away or exploding. So I'm assuming I either need softer concrete or stronger balloons because this is not working. Wish me luck, because I need to get this done. But after weeks of trial and error in mastering concrete, overall this process was pretty simple. And I have no idea why someone would pay $7,000 when you could just make this for 20 bucks. All right, today we're making our weird...
That was $7,000? I wouldn't even buy that for $20.
Today, I'm gonna make Taylor Hale, winner of Big Brother 24 and Lay's Chip Addict, some custom Lay's themed Air Force Ones. Let's get into it.
Wait, I love that.
I look good. Wow.
The music! Dick on it! Okay, I can't watch that with no music, dude. I'm gonna get a content ID claim. Now I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Dang, man, I hate that. All right, y'all, just
Cloud Chaser. It doesn't even make sense. With like the accusation of Cloud Chaser is crazy. But yeah, I was worried about this, but I feel like I'm just standing on my truth. I haven't said a single thing false, so it's like, what could you possibly say?
You're good.
People just weren't ready.
Yeah, exactly. You can only people just need to be ready for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
That's very true. So if you guys want to check out Turner's work, it's Turner. We'll link it. But
Cool.
hey, if you're in touch with that dude Dan, I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah, I can DM Olivia the contact info. I'll go to him first. And,
yeah, see if he's cool.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about this. What they were. I mean, this is really gross stuff. So I'd love to talk to him if he's available.
Yeah, I'll message you after the show and you can send it. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Well, guys, thank you for giving me a platform to say all this. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of the show. And I'll be tuned.
Really didn't say anything out of the ordinary, so I was wasting my time. All right, here is the lady that Erica gave me. This is a really good video, but when I
did you know MrBeast?
I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I clicked on it and I saw these old silly old cat ears, I said, "Oh God." Now I'm like, no, not one of these. No. But it's a pretty good video. It's really a good video, so let's go ahead and watch it. And at the end, let's see how we feel about the mama. So far, I ain't hating on the mama. Because I hate MrBeast that much. I'm like, well, you just like your mama. And if I hate you, I guess I gotta hate your mama. But damn, your mama is smart, dude. His mama is diabolical. She's such a new type of evil that I have to respect it. Did that make sense? I only read about evil women like this in Disney books. I never knew a woman like this actually existed. He got he, they in the bio. Did he really, Brooklyn? Which bio? Interior design. No, he don't have he, they in their bio. And that's another bio you talking about. So anyway, let's look at her. This is really a good video. I just want y'all to know. Her name is The Surprise Witness TV. 127 subscribers. Apparently she really loves pink.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Full disclosure, she made this video before she knew about Delaware.
Oh, really? Okay, that is interesting. All right, so it's good to see which I'm looking forward to what she got. She did her work on this one. She did do her due diligence on this one. So kudos to her for that. But I'm not gonna lie, I was like, okay, as soon as I see these things, I'm like, okay, I'm only gonna sit here for 2 minutes. She got 2 minutes to win me over. And congratulations, she did. It happened. It happens. Okay, I could bypass all this pink, but it's hard for me to bypass some daggone cat ears. Or maybe this is panda ears. I don't know.
Did you know MrBeast, the biggest YouTuber in history, has admitted that he has absolutely no access to his personal bank accounts? Did you know that he signed over complete control of his entire fortune, giving someone else the power to literally pull the plug on his entire online persona? Did you know he gave someone complete control, including the power to immediately delete or destroy not only his most subscribed to YouTube channel on planet Earth, but also every single one of his social media accounts, plus all his computers, devices, and hard drives? And did you know that this is a public record? Let me show you what I mean. Looking into the question of whether MrBeast or someone else fired Ava Chris Tyson led me down the long and winding road that I'm still trying to navigate, but I thought y'all would find the ramifications of this pretty interesting, to say the least. So first, let's look at the
Wait a minute, I missed it? Oh, I didn't even see that. Listen, I didn't see the faint stuff, he, they. I only saw this. Interior design, this, that, and the other. Okay, he, they, right by his name. Dude, do I know how to call them or what? It's gonna be she, they soon, and then she, her. I'm telling you, I know how to pick these people. Same thing Chris did. Same thing. So yeah. Okay, he, they. Okay, so he already slowly making that transition. Okay, got it. I ain't blind. I could see very well. I just didn't know it was right there. I don't need glasses. Listen, I don't need glasses. I don't read the name because I'm looking at listen, hold on. Cause y'all can kiss my black butt. I don't use Instagram like that. The last time I was on Instagram, you couldn't put this by your name. For example, look at my Instagram. Hey, Pootie. It's been 100 weeks since, what date? September the 5th, 2022. When I used September the 5th, 2022, you couldn't put stuff by your name. So by default, I don't even look at somebody's name. For the rest of y'all who are constantly on Instagram, you all are noticing you can put he, they. But when I was on Instagram, that wasn't a feature. And since I don't use Instagram, except to delete all those daggone those thirsty DMs, okay? Them thirsty DMs I be getting every now and then. Looks like that calmed down. No, never mind. Still some there now. You know, I don't go on there. So why would I look at his name when that was not a feature when I was on Instagram? Or should I say when I was active on Instagram? So I look right here because if you're going to put something you want people to see, you put it right here. So he put interior designer, DIY furniture tutorials, building at plant-based loft, solo.to tutor or whatever that is, tuner, whatever. So yeah, I kiss my butt. I don't need to know all this stuff. I'm not blind. It just was not a thing that when I was on Instagram. So yeah. You're a Vlad fan? I'm a Vlad fan? Wait a minute, where'd you? Oh, you talking about, Vladimir. Yes, I love him. I love him. I love Pootie Case. We call him Pootie Case over here.
proof that he does not have access to his personal bank accounts in this Time magazine article. Now, in this paragraph of a long expose, the author is talking about Jimmy's mother, Susan Marie King Donaldson Perisher, aka Sue. The magazine discusses Perisher's time spent in the Army as a prison warden and compares the experience to how she runs the MrBeast operation. Now, officially, at the time of the Time magazine article, Sue was the chief compliance officer for the MrBeast empire, overseeing the company's expenditures and contracts, this is very important, while managing her son's personal affairs, such as his banking. Now, according to this same Time magazine article I mentioned, MrBeast employees said that Sue was basically the human resources officer. So for me, that was kind of answering the question, who fired Ava Chris Tyson? But in the article, the author says they talked to a spokesperson for the MrBeast company, and they said, no, Susan is not the HR manager or whatever. She's this chief compliance officer. But in this paragraph, they quote MrBeast, aka Jimmy. So it says his mom has worked for him, for Jimmy, since 2017. Her role seems to be similar to her job as a warden at a military prison. Okay, so I did look into this prison, and it's the Department of Defense military prison where they would hold like military criminals. And she was the first female warden. She said it was in Heidelberg, Germany. They say Mannheim. I don't know, maybe they're close. But she was the first female prison warden of this military prison, this Department of Defense military prison. So when she was being a prison warden, the Time magazine article says that she's doing the same thing at MrBeast. She's acting like a prison warden. I mean, look at it. Her role seems to be similar to her job as warden at a military prison, keeping an eye on things. Quote, now here's Jimmy getting quoted.
Not just an eye on things, though. But she got a lot of stuff locked down.
That's MrBeast. I don't have access to any of my bank accounts. I have a CFO and everything, and then they have this in brackets, Perisher, like his mom.
Let me read this. Warren, now his CEO, his mom has worked for him since 2017. His role seems to be similar to her job as a warden at a military prison in Mannheim, Germany, keeping an eye on things. Quote, I don't have access to any of my bank accounts, says MrBeast. I have a CFO and everything, but my mom is the one who has access to the master bank account.
The one who has access to the master bank account. Okay, fine, whatever. It seems like he's fine with it, whatever. Now, in this Time magazine article, the author does go on to say some more, I don't know, a little bit interesting, a little bit telling, a little bit unsettling things about Sue, and it has to do with the way that she is running this operation like a prison warden. Let me show you what I mean. So this comes from that paragraph that I already referenced where it says Perisher's title, that's Sue, is Chief Compliance Officer, but many employees say she's effectively in charge of human resources. A spokesperson says she's not. Zavaleta, they're interviewing with somebody, says he tried to let her know that people were unhappy. And then this Zavaleta person says that he told Sue, quote, I'm going to tell you right now that if the company keeps treating people the way it's been treating people, Jimmy is going to have no one left to work for him. So according to this one employee, Sue was already given a little trouble in paradise. Literally, no one's going to want to work for him anymore. And they all say, whenever they have these complaints, everybody's always saying, oh, I have no problem with Jimmy in particular. It's the team, it's the environment, it's his mom, it's this person, it's that person. Now, devil's advocate could be, yeah, because he put himself in that position on purpose. He puts a lot of people in between him and the employees or him and other people. And so it's like, you can't really blame him. I mean, for me personally, I don't know. I still don't know enough about him as a person to be able to tell you. But apparently, whenever somebody came up to Sue and said, if you keep treating people like this, nobody's going to want to work for your son anymore, apparently she was shocked. Apparently Sue was shocked by that proposition. She asked for time, but there was no follow-up meeting. A spokesperson did not respond to an inquiry about this interaction. Okay, so little trouble in paradise with Sue. Little trouble in paradise. You know, just from that one Time magazine article, we get a lot of information. We get the information that Sue is in control of MrBeast's bank accounts, but all the way to the extent that he does not have access. Okay, that's a different thing than, oh, his mom also has access. That's a different thing than I don't have access, but my mom does. You understand what I'm saying? It's giving Jamie Spears. It's giving Jamie Spears. Yes, it is. Moving on. Now, I got some more information from this MrBeast burger lawsuit, which was settled last year. Remember the Beast Burger fiasco? They were putting out those nasty looking burgers and MrBeast went and tweeted about it and everything. If you don't know about it, basically during the you-know-what, whenever takeout was at its peak, at its highest, MrBeast, the brand, entered into a deal with this other company to basically have these like ghost kitchens, the virtual kitchens, cook burgers and other things with the MrBeast licensing and the branding or whatever. And it was very successful. One thing leads to another and stuff starts falling apart. Stuff starts being nasty. Jimmy was getting complaints and he starts tweeting about it. One thing leads to another and there's a big lawsuit, $100 million lawsuit. Okay. He sued them. They sued him back. It was a whole thing, but they have settled that lawsuit, or at least come to some type of agreement because it's been dismissed. They voluntarily dismissed it. So in that lawsuit, Jimmy himself and Beast Investments, which is the licensing company for MrBeast, they are the defendants. So Sue did not get sued. It was just Jimmy and Beast Investments that got sued in this lawsuit. So in this $100 million lawsuit, the partners allege that Jimmy broke his end of the bargain by failing to participate in the marketing of the burgers and by making a series of, you know, kind of bratty tweets. 3 of the tweets from this lawsuit stand out to me in particular. Here's one where the MrBeast account, which I'm assuming was Jimmy, tweeted, if I had the ability to close it, I would have done so a long time ago. So sadly, sometimes when you're young, you sign a deal. And then on or about June 16th, 2023, the MrBeast account tweeted in response to a follower's question as to whether he would retire MrBeast Burger. He said, I would if I could, but the company I partnered with won't let me stop, even though it's terrible for my brand. Young Beast signed a bad deal. So again, he's saying he signed a bad deal, which just on first instance definitely looks like he means he signed a bad deal with the company, with his VDC company that he was getting in the lawsuit with. There's one more tweet I want to bring to y'all's attention before we move on. It's another tweet about the same issue, and it was also included in the lawsuit. And it says the following. Yeah, it's impossible to guarantee the quality of orders with virtual restaurants. Hurts my soul to see orders messed up. Sadly, I can't get out of my deal with Beast Burger. Hence, this part's very important. Just keep this in your mind because it's coming back up. Hence why I'm never giving up control of Feastables, that's the candy bar company, so I can always do what's best for my fans. Harsh lesson to learn. Okay, so what do we get from these 3 tweets?
Do best by what? Giving them diabetes? Do best what? Giving them diabetes? Is that how you gonna do it?
To tell us that he's saying he signed a bad deal. The third one is saying he's never giving up control of Feastables. So on its face, according to Jimmy, it looks like he's saying he signed a bad deal with this restaurant company, with VDC or whatever, right? But that's not exactly true, at least not how he's putting it. On page 9 of the Beast Burger lawsuit, we learned that it was not Jimmy who signed the contract with this company, but rather it was Jimmy's mom, Susan Marie King Donaldson Perisher. Look at it right here. Paragraph 36. Donaldson's mother executed the ESA, which is the agreement, as an authorized representative of Beast Investments and on behalf of Donaldson personally pursuant to a power of attorney. So Susan signed this agreement for Jimmy as a person and for Beast Investments, which is the licensing company. So she is the one that signed for both signature pages. So if this is true, which, girl, I know people can lie in a lawsuit. I've seen it. But if it's true that Sue is the one who signed this Beast Burger agreement, what could Jimmy be talking about when he says that young Beast signed a deal? He didn't sign that deal. His mom did. So why didn't he just blame her? Seems like
notice this. If I had the ability to close it, I would have done so a long time ago, Sally. Something when you're young, you sign a crap deal.
Easy out, even if just for the PR of it. Like, hey guys, look, someone signed that on my behalf. I didn't even sign the deal, you know. But I can actually understand a lot of reasons. I can think of a lot of reasons why he wouldn't do that, including maybe he's just not trying to throw his mom under the bus. Maybe she's been through so much and she was trying to help him, and why would he do that or something, right? So, you know, the way I see it, either he's trying to just take one for the team, not throw her under the bus, or maybe he did approve of the deal. Maybe he did approve of it. Still read through the whole thing and said, yeah, mom, go do the business deal, didn't sign it. But maybe he did approve of it and he's trying to do the right thing by holding to his agreement, but kind of not really, because he is disparaging them, which was part of the agreement too. But anyway, like I said, I know as well as anybody that people can lie in a lawsuit. So I did want to get more proof. I don't want to just take one thing one person said in a lawsuit as some type of proof. It's just, you know, it was a thing that I noticed and I thought y'all would find interesting. So I set out to find more proof that Sue is the one signing these agreements on behalf of MrBeast and or on behalf of Beast the brand. And I found the proof. Let me show you what I mean. In October 2018, Jimmy signed a power of attorney, allowing Sue to effectuate certain business transaction on a piece of real estate. So it was like buying some real estate. He signed a power of attorney, basically allowing her to handle that, you know, and that's normal. It's a limited power of attorney. But then not even 2 years later, on April 7th, 2020, Jimmy would sign one of the most all-encompassing, wide-reaching, broad powers of attorney that I have ever seen. And it would be to Sue. It would be to his mother. But it wasn't until September 2023, so like less than a year ago, that the power of attorney document would be filed publicly with the Pitt County Register of Deeds, which I do have and I'll put up here on the screen. And this would show the entire world who, in my opinion, was really running MrBeast, the brand. Okay, so this is that power of attorney right here. And we're not going to do a whole entire, you know, line by line, but I do want to point to some curious and interesting aspects of this public record that I got for free from a public source, the Pitt County Registry of Deeds, free and public, before y'all want to start acting sideways. Now, if you look at the top, it says type consolidated real property. So I have reason to believe that this was in connection with a real estate transaction as well. And that's why she had to actually file it with the registry. And this is how I found Bam Margera's power of attorney that his dad had over him as well through the same type of search. Okay, look at this. It's called durable general power of attorney. So not a limited power of attorney, a general power of attorney. And again, like I said, this is filed in 2023, but it was signed April 7th, 2020. Okay. Designation of agent. James
it took 2 years to get that filed?
Donaldson of Pitt County, North Carolina, designate my mother, Susan King Perisher, as my agent for the purpose set out below. I grant to Susan general authority to act for me with respect to the subjects described in North Carolina general statutes, the descriptive terms of which are followed. Okay, so these are the categories, among others, but these are the ones he's wanting to enumerate for the county here to let us know. These are all the areas that Sue has the authority to act basically as Jimmy. Basically, she is Jimmy. She is MrBeast for the purposes of these categories. Number 1, real estate. 2, tangible personal property. That means a Lamborghini. That means a laptop. That means anything you can hold, put in your pocket, anything you can drive around. Personal property that's not real estate, that's not fixed to the ground. That, stocks and bonds. So together with commodities, options, and banks and other financial institutions, that means all of his finances, all of them, including his investments. Operating his entity or business, insurance policies or annuities, estates, that means his will, his trusts, other beneficial interests, claims and litigation. So she has the authority to act on his behalf when it comes to settling a lawsuit, for example. personal and family maintenance. I don't know what that means under statute 32C2204, 32C2216. I didn't read it. I ain't going to right now. But I do wonder what this exactly means. Personal and family maintenance. What does that mean? Benefits from government programs or civil or military service. I don't know if this might be a catch-all, but I would be surprised to find out that MrBeast was in the military and retirement plans.
Hold on though. She got him locked down. But unless his mama knows something that we all don't know, what are the chances that she gonna outlive her son? Because because she's the beneficiary if you die. When I say you, I'm talking about Jimmy. I'm talking about MrBeast. I'm like, wait a minute, she's the mama. She's like, do we know something? Does she know something we don't know about the life expectancy of MrBeast? Hold up, Cocoa, hold that thought. We haven't even got to that part of the video yet. Hold that thought. You're on the right track, but you jumped a little too far ahead. Hold on.
So then it goes on and it talks about gifts, and it just basically says she has the authority to make gifts on his behalf, change the rights of survivorship in ownership arrangements, including bank accounts. And then he puts it in here in italics, except that my agent cannot increase my agent's interest in any such account. So basically, she's allowed to do everything she wants to do in these accounts, but she can't give herself a raise, essentially. The power to create a...
Why you need a raise when you got access to all the money? Why do you need a raise? Why do you need a... Listen, I got access to all your money. I don't even need a salary. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? I got access to you. I be like, you know what? I feel like a Jaguar. I don't want to be driving around in the Toyota no more. I want a new whip. I want a Jaguar. Okay, I'm gonna go get me one. You know what I want to do? I want a new plane. I want a private jet. I don't need a salary. I got access to millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. What's a salary? What's a salary? I don't need a salary.
New beneficiary of his retirement plan or his insurance or annuity contract. So I don't know if that's a life insurance policy, does she have the right to put her husband as the life insurance beneficiary? I mean, I really don't know. He also gives over to Susan the power to delegate to another person any authority granted to her. So not only can she do all this stuff, she can give that authority to somebody else. She has the authority to exercise any fiduciary power that MrBeast has the authority to delegate. And this right here, this big chunk of a paragraph, is the most alarming and frightening aspect of this whole video, so pay attention. Paragraph H says, Jimmy is giving over to Sue. And this was signed all the way back in 2020, okay? Seems to be it's still in effect because it's still on the record up here. He could have took it from her. All he has to do to take this power of attorney is put it in writing and send it to her in a certain way. But what I will say is it's still on the record right now. I mean, I downloaded it this morning for free. So Jimmy gives over to Sue, his mother, and back in 2020, still on the record in 2023, exercise authority over digital assets. This is scary. As somebody who owns YouTube channels, okay, 2 little, 3 little, 4 little channels, little baby channels, tiny, teeny, tiny baby channels compared to what he got, okay? Teeny, tiny compared to what he got. It makes me weak in my knees to think about giving anybody on planet Earth this amount of authority over my property. It's insane. Let me show you what I mean. He gives to Sue the power to exercise authority and take control over and request an authorized disclosure of the contents of that's Jimmy's, electronic communications sent or received by him, any catalog of electronic communications sent or received by me, and any other digital asset.
Hold on. I love my husband, but I would never give him this type of power. I can't think of anybody I would give this type of power to. Okay? Alive. I need to put that in. I need to put that out there. Alive. While I'm alive. All right? You got access to my email accounts. You got access to my YouTube channel, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok. You got access to all my email and I got let me tell you something, guys. I own some businesses, so I have lots of email addresses. Okay, for different businesses. What you need access to all that for? No, she's not a part. She's his mama. And yes, she has control over all of this. I'm like, what the world? There's no way. There's no way. No way. Okay? I love my husband. He will never get this type of power.
Mine. Annie, do y'all have any idea how far reaching the implications of just this first sentence, and we haven't even gotten to the craziest parts? Oh, imagine giving your mom this much control over your simple Instagram account.
I can't.
The power to exercise authority and take control over and request and authorize disclosure of the contents of any electronic communication. Authorized disclosure of the contents of his electronic communications. That's text messages, that's emails, any of my electronic communications, emails, text messages, WhatsApp, Telegram. What the hell? Why does she need that authority? Isn't he like 30 years old? How old is this man? 26? This shall include the same powers and rights I possess over all my digital assets. What does that mean? What does that mean? Hereinafter defined. Okay. She's going to get the power to access, use, control, transfer, and dispose of, that means destroy, my digital services, including my desktops, laptops, tablets, and peripherals, storage devices, mobile phones, smartphones, and any similar...
So, hold on. She has control over everything. Not only does she got control over all emails, all social media platforms, okay? All of your YouTube channels, all of your everything. She also got control over your phones and your laptops, your iPads, and your computers. This is oh my God. Holy smokes, dude. Apparently, MrBeast hasn't taken full advantage of the digital access, but no salary though. Yeah, exactly. No salary. She don't need no salary though. That's what I'm saying. When you have this much control, what you need a salary for? Oh my God. Now you guys see why I was torn, right? Because I'm like, wow, the mom is evil. But I don't like MrBeast, so I don't care.
Device which currently exists or may exist as technology develops, or such comparable items as technology develops for the purpose of accessing, using, modifying, deleting, or controlling, transferring, or disposing of my digital assets? What? Why? Why? This is conservatorship or jail period. Like, why? Why? This includes the same powers and rights that I possess over all of my digital assets, including, but not limited to, his computers, desktop, laptop, tablet, peripherals, storage devices, that's hard drives, disks, SD card, phones, mobile devices, mobile telephones, smartphones, any similar digital device that currently exists, and then they take it further, or may exist, as technology develops. Why? Why? What's the purpose? Oh, I'll tell you. Of accessing, using, modifying, deleting, controlling, transferring, or disposing any of my digital assets. Oh my God. It goes more. We're not halfway done with that paragraph. Also, the power to access, use, modify, delete, control, transfer, and dispose of my digital assets hereinafter defined. What does a digital asset mean? All of my files stored on my digital...
She can delete it. She can push one button and delete all of this. She can push one button and delete all of his channels that are in different languages. She could delete everything. That's crazy to give somebody that type of power.
Devices and my backup systems. Desktops, laptops, tablets, peripherals, storage devices, mobile telephones, smartphones, any similar digital device which currently exists or may exist in the future as technology develops. All emails received by me, my email accounts such as any and all Gmail, Yahoo, AOL accounts, my digital music, digital photographs, digital videos, digital games, software licenses, social network accounts such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Flickr, Shutterfly, and YouTube.
Not my games, not my Minecraft. Not my GTA 5.
Counts. What? This, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. This gives Susan, Marie King Donaldson Perisher, the authority, the right, the express stated legal authority to delete, destroy MrBeast's YouTube accounts.
Yep.
I don't want my mama having that type of, if you're watching, I mean, I love you and stuff, girl, but I don't want nobody having that right over my stuff. Why would I? Why would anybody? It just begs the question of why? Why? Like I told y'all, I've never seen anything like this. This is way beyond. When I saw Jamie Spears try to do something like this, the Copyright Office shut him down. Who also gives her the right over his domain registrations, domain name system service accounts, the web hosting accounts, the tax preparation service accounts, all of his online stores, all of the affiliate programs, and other online accounts, similar digital items which currently exist or may exist as technology develops, such comparable items as technology develops regardless of the ownership of the physical device upon which the digital item is stored. So if somebody else has MrBeast's digital assets on their computer, this gives her the right to, it looks like, initiate litigation trying to sue him for it. Also gives her an alarming amount of power, in my opinion, an alarming amount of power over his trust, which is what's gonna happen to his money when he dies, or how it would be administrated even now. Power to exercise powers as grantor of a revocable trust with respect to revoking and amending his trust, the addition to the trust any part of MrBeast's real or personal property or his interest in the property. And importantly here, none of this requires his consent. From the looks of this, unless it's been revoked, again, I don't know. I mean, anything could have happened in the last year. And I do suspect, actually, between me and you, I suspect that Jimmy has kind of pulled the rug out from under Susan. I'm gonna show y'all the evidence of that as third piece of evidence. But I suspect he's kind of over it, like over this like helicopter military warden mom, prison guard mother. I think he's over it. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But as far as this is written right here, it looks like Susan has literally the whole entire business by the you-know-what, or at least she did.
Is it possible? Now I'm going to tell you, women are this evil, okay? Women are this evil. Is it possible that she purposely sabotaged his business with a Chris, with a Mr. Delaware, and with giving the other guy PTSD and stuff like that, just in case he does want to pull her control over the company and therefore vicariously destroying it?
And it doesn't require, this is a very important part. Let's say Susan, based on this, if, in my opinion, I don't know, I'm not an expert in this, okay? But based on my reading of this, which I just read to y'all, so I don't have any more information than you, but based on my reading of this, she wouldn't even have to tell him in writing, tell him in verbal, nothing at all. She could log into these accounts and delete them because she feels like it.
Yep.
Now, there is a provision in here that does say, she would still have to be acting in his best interest or the interest as if she knows them to be. So if he would have told her, at some point, don't delete much, and she did it anyway, I think she would be in violation of this. But it does set up a very tricky dichotomy. Like, who's in charge? Who's in charge here? If y'all want me to do a whole video going over like exactly line by line this whole power of attorney, I will, but I don't really want to at this point. One other thing I want to point out from the document is this provision right here, because y'all know I am the conservatorship whisperer. Guardianship is another
word
for conservatorship. It is an assignment of someone's legal rights to someone else. And he does designate his mother as his guardian if he were to ever need one. Look what it says. I nominate my agent, that's Sue, acting under this document to be my general guardian or the guardian of my estate if protective proceedings for my estate have begun after I execute this power of attorney. Now, just to be clear, just to be fair, I think this is a smart idea. I think anybody rich, and it don't always work because the conservatorship and the probate courts are banana republic courts. They're fake, they're kangaroo courts, and they're just literally slave courts. But I think this is a smart idea. This is not legal advice. Go hire you a lawyer if you need one, to say, look, I'm rich or I'm about to be rich. And in the case that any of these greedy, sticky fingers pulls out here think that they're going to take me into a guardianship, I want to go ahead and put somebody in place right now who's going to be the guardian while I'm in my right mind before these people are trying to grab at my fortune. So I think
Woo, child. Oh my God. It's amazing. I'm going to tell you something. That whole thing that happened to Wendy Williams, having a strange having some strange companies say, we're going to need to give you a guardianship. I never thought that was possible to be done here in America, but it is. And it looks like if you are carrying that type of money, you better diversify it. And that was, okay, and that was the big mistake of Wendy Williams. Wendy had all her money in Wells Fargo. All of it. All of her residuals, all of her royalty checks, all of her appearance from her movies and stuff like that. All of that was going into one bank account. And that did her in. And that was the same bank that decides to challenge her and put a conservatorship over her. Had she diversified her funds, okay, the bank would have never, Wells Fargo would have never done that. And if they tried to, the other banks would intervene. Because it's their best interest. See what I mean?
It is smart. I think it's smart even to make your own mother your guardian in the case that those proceedings were to be effectuated. But it's interesting. This shows the level of trust. You see what I'm saying? He signed this in April 2020. That means he turned 20. So he turned 18 in like 2016. So this is when he was like 22 years old. So he was like a grown up. He was like a grown up person. It wasn't like he was grown up. Then it's like, okay, she has to keep track of the accountings like Lou Taylor does or whatever. And then it says he can revoke her being the agent. He has to put it in writing and sign it. It has to be delivered to her either in person or to her last known address by certified or registered mail with the return receipt requested. Okay. So he can revoke it. There's also an alarming section about a healthcare agent. I'm not saying he has a healthcare agent. This might be a standard provision, but it sure does say Sue has to cooperate with the healthcare agent appointed pursuant to a healthcare power of attorney, meeting the requirements of Article 3 of Chapter 32A of the General Statutes. Any decision affecting my property or financial affairs, including a decision as to the disbursement of money or other property belonging to me, which is made by my healthcare agent, comes before Sue. So I don't know what that's about. Okay. And then it says, yeah.
That's like bow down to your queen. That's what that means. Mama gets the final word, baby.
People can rely on this. People that are making deals can rely on this power of attorney. And look, right there, he signed it right there. He was about 22 years old, about 21 or 22 years old. Okay. So after all that, I had one big question remaining. What about Feastables? Remember he had tweeted that he was never giving up control over Feastables, the chocolate candy bar company? So to me, in my opinion, this implies one of two things. Either Susan Marie King Donaldson Perisher is the one who might have took control over the first company with the whole MrBeast burger deal legally by power of attorney, or someone else did. Somebody took control over this company. That wasn't him based on this tweet, right? I'm never giving up control of Feastables, he said. So either Susan is the one who took control or somebody else. So I looked further. I went to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to look into the ownership of the Feastables intellectual property to see, in fact, who was in control of the branding and marketing.
No way, Mike, you've been through something like this. No way. You have been through, and the reason I say that is because I doubt very seriously you gave anyone the power over all your entire life's work like this. We're not talking about the health area here, okay? This is I don't know if you just got here, right? You're only talking about one part of you're talking about one slice over a huge pie. Okay? No. I'm saying your situation is not this. I'm not doubting you got to give power of attorney. I have power of attorney, okay, over some very lovely friends and also if something happened to one of my best friends. I'm not talking about that. Your situation is nothing like this. Okay. This is something on a whole new level.
Of this company. And it is kind of confusing, but it was 3 separate companies listed. A company called Beast Holdings owned Feastables MrBeast, which is an abandoned mark. And another company called Night Media Inc. was also involved as well. But then there's this company called Feastables Inc., which is actually based in Chicago. I'll get into a longer video on this one day if y'all want, but spoiler alert, not one of these documents that I saw lists the name of Susan Marie King Donaldson Perisher. Now, Jimmy is listed, and so is Reed Duschester, or whatever this guy's name is, who was mentioned in that Time magazine article, along with another man named Jim Murray. But there is no Susan Perisher, and there's no Tracy Perisher. Now, this was interesting to me because they were named on other business documents. And I just keep thinking about that tweet. I can't get it out of my mind. I'm never giving up control of Feastables. Why? Because the burger company was messing stuff up. Because why? Because Young Beast signed a bad deal. But Young Beast did not sign that deal. His mother did. And she signed it according to this lawsuit. The agreement was dated September 3rd, 2020. So Sue was already the power of attorney. Legally, we saw the signed document. So I do believe that Sue did sign the agreement. Jimmy did not sign the agreement, but Jimmy is the one got sued. Jimmy and Jimmy's company got sued. Sue didn't get sued, even though she signed the agreement as the agent, as the representative. It just makes me wonder why. Those people knew for a fact Sue was the one entered into that agreement. So why didn't she also get sued? I don't know. She's also the COO of the company, or she was. Now that leads me to my final piece of evidence. I looked up the corporate filings for Feastables. And this company is based in Illinois, the company that has the chocolate bars. And they're also going to be branching out into other stuff. Spoiler alert, you learned it here first. They're going to be making cereal-based snacks, granola bars.
It's going to be a flop. Ain't nobody going to trust him after this. All that sugar in that, he going to put a whole bunch of sugary cereal and stuff like that? Yeah, okay.
They're going to be making drinks, beverages. Beast Beverage just got also established in September 2023, which also doesn't seem to involve Susan, but I didn't look that closely. So I have the filing up right now. I'm not going to pull it up. I'll put a picture of it up because this does have people's addresses and stuff. And I know that this platform can be a little bit about that sometimes. So I'll put up a, what's it called? Redacted version of this for y'all. But suffice it to say, the company that Jimmy is never giving up control over, it's an Illinois-based company. That's what they're trying to file for the trademarks under Feastables Inc. and all this, okay? Like I already told y'all, there's no sue mentioned anywhere on this document, but in Illinois, they have a special law that not all states have where you have to include every officer and every director on the business filing. And so, legally, if someone is an officer or director of a company, like say, for example, president, treasurer, something like that, you have to tell the state of Illinois. You have to tell them, okay? So here's Feastables Inc. Like I said, I'll put it up, redacted. And it says, look right here. The names and addresses of all officers and directors must be listed here. Who's the president? Jim Murray. Who's the secretary? Jim Murray. Who is one director, the first director listed? Reed Duxshire. I don't know how to say his name. Okay. Then they have someone, Susan McNullah, who's the controller. I don't know who that is. And then there's a second page where you would put, if you ran out of room on the first page. And look, boom, right there, James Donaldson. Okay. Now there is one other filing from this company as well with the Illinois Secretary of State. It was filed about a year later. And this time, same people are listed. Jim Murray, president. Jim Murray, secretary. Director, Jimmy Donaldson. And the other director is Reed Duxshire, who I think is maybe MrBeast's manager. Actually, I have his name written somewhere. Let me just. Jimmy's manager. He's the one, he's mentioned in the Time Magazine article. He's the one that describes those early days as the typical startup grind, you know, like rise and grind or whatever. According to him, he would sleep on a mattress on Jimmy's extra bedroom when Jimmy first bought his house. Now, these people could still be CEOs of MrBeast YouTube LLC, MrBeast Burger, any of that stuff, right? I'm only was talking about just now Feastables, because that's the one where Jimmy said, I'm never giving up control of Feastables. Young Beast signed a bad deal. Who did he give up control of Feastables to? Maybe it was that company, VDC, or maybe it was Susan Marie King Donaldson Perisher. And if you're just coming across this video it's the first time, you don't know what I do and you're not familiar with what I do or like why I would be so worked up over this, is because I've seen time and time again parents who appear to be altruistic. They appear to be here to help their kids, but really behind the scenes, they are drunk with power. And Sue is really on my list because I read her whole book. Yes, I did in 1.5 days. I read the whole book. Within one day, I had that whole book read. And in the book, she admits that she was a mother. She said that she was bad. She was, let me tell y'all what she said about herself.
What? She said she was a bad mother? Baby girl, if you admit you're a bad mother, controlling your son's every move is not making things better. It makes it worse.
In her own words, she says that she was a, quote, moody, uninterested, and overwhelmed mother who regrets not spending meal times with her young and impressionable children. It's also widely reported that Sue was very often not actually even around to raise her own kids, and at the time, the kids would be left with au pairs and pretty much to their own devices. And she admits in her book that she had a horrendous mental breakdown after leaving her husband, Charles Richard Donaldson Sr., the son of Charles Nelson Donaldson, and the father of Charles Richard Donaldson Jr., who y'all might know as CJ. But look, listen, when the woman's already admitting that she was moody and irresponsible, whatever in the hell she was saying, and she's admitting that the kids had a bad life and it was at least in part her fault, now she's the one that has primary access.
My mama and my daddy, okay? My daddy, I have to admit, my daddy was a decent father. He was a terrible man to women and the wife he married, okay? My mom was just an evil person. My mom was a bad parent. Ain't no way, ain't no daggone guilt ever would make me give, or no forgiveness would make me give her this type of power.
And exclusive access from Jimmy to his own bank accounts. I want to be very careful. If Jimmy had access to his bank accounts, but his mom also did, that would be a totally different story. That would be a completely different consideration to me. But the fact that Jimmy does not have access to his own bank account, his own master bank account, but the mom does, and then all these deals are happening that he's outwardly typing on his Twitter account that he didn't want to be in anymore, and now I know that he didn't actually sign the papers for that. I just have questions. And I'll find the answers. Don't you worry, I'll find the answers. Now, with all the drama and all the turmoil and all the scandal and all the allegations flying back and forth, I understand that James Stephen Donaldson, MrBeast, is not the most sympathetic of characters, but I see it with a little bit more nuance than that. This person is very young adult who got thrust into worldwide fame, algorithm riding fame at extremely young age. And I bet he did feel like he could confide in and trust in his own mother. I've also seen people who think that they can do that, Bam Margera, and their mothers are locking them up in rehabs and things. What I will say is, anything depraved, anything disgusting, anything bad that anybody has done, including James Stephen Donaldson, they need to be held responsible and accountable for. But I have to keep the two separate.
Or is it possible his mom got some good stuff on him. I mean, if she sounds very unsympathetic, she sounds like a sociopath or maybe a psychopath. Which one you think it is, Jet? That she knows her son, due to her neglect, probably did some things with some kids, or, you know, she probably be like, well, you know I was a bad mama, but I'm gonna be a good mama, and I'm gonna take this to the grave. But I want this, and I want you to sign this. I mean, it's possible she be like, yo, I can mess your whole entire world up. So do you think Jimmy could be a victim of her? Jimmy is a victim of her. However, victims create new victims. And Jimmy, being a victim of her, could create another victim, and she basically using that as a blackmail. That's what I think. Doo-doo runs downhill. That's what I think. Okay. I don't know, Tree. Some parents see their kids as nothing more than I abuse you, so now I turn to take care. How is this taking care of me stuff? This is I get what you saying. This ain't it. This ain't no you gonna take care of me stuff. This is I got something over on you. There's no, listen, if it was all about, hold on, because you guys got to see what I see. If it was all about taking care of me, then she would only have joint access to the bank account. And now I'm telling you, this is a Jewish woman, okay? Unless you got something that's going to put me in jail or going to destroy my business, I be damn, I'm going to give you sole ownership of my bank account. Maybe we could do a joint. Sure. You get that. You also got access. I got access. But you going to have access to all my money and I don't have access? Not only that, but you got access to all of my businesses, all of my social media accounts. You got also access to all of my phones, all of my computers, laptops. You even got access to all of my Spotify, Pandora. That's something that you got something over on me. It's not manipulation. It has nothing to do with manipulation. You all don't know how it is to be blackmailed. Okay? This is blackmail. She got some. Ain't no guilt in the world. It's going to give your whole entire life. There's no manipulation in the world that's going to make you sign your entire life. It sounds like Bernadette, brunette from Cali. It sounds like you wasn't here for the entire video. You cannot justify everything she has control over as manipulation. That don't even exist. Never have, never will. This is control. To sit up here and downplay that as manipulation, you missing context. Either you are too forgiving of Jimmy and want to be sympathetic of him, or you just ignored everything we just looked at in reference to this woman. And everything she had control over that he willingly signed over. Baby, ain't nobody gonna do that unless you got something over on them. Okay? It has nothing to do with abuse. Stop projecting. Hold on, I'm gonna have to be forceful on you. Stop projecting your shit on this, okay? There's a thing called control, and there's a thing called manipulation and abuse. This is not abuse. This is control. This is not abuse. This is not abuse. This is control. I know you showed up late, so shut the hell up. Shut up. If you showed up late to my stream, shut your mouth, because you missed everything that she said that she has control over. You come to the tail end of conservatorship. You come into the tail end of power of authority, but you miss everything. She owns this man, everything outright. And you talking about, oh, it's manipulation. No, it's control. She was a freaking prison warden. What the hell are you talking about? Excuse me, a military prison warden. This is strictly control. Manipulation is all about money. I'm sitting myself like, what are you talking about? Control? I mean, manipulation. A man, hold on. Cause I don't know if it's because she's a woman. I don't know if it's because of a woman, but let me just break it down as a man doing this to a little girl. Cause I don't understand how you are not seeing this as control. Say for instance, Britney Spears. Okay? Britney Spears, daddy. He got Britney to sign over papers that Britney's daddy get to control all of Britney's houses, all of her cars. He owns all of that. He gets to own all of her bank accounts. She doesn't get access to any of that. If she wants money, she got to ask her daddy for everything. Okay? He also has access to he has control to all of her Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, IG. He has ownership and control over that. All of her emails. He can delete them anytime he wants to. He can delete her social media, her YouTube account, all of her Spotify. He can delete all of that because he has sole control over that. He also has control over anything that anybody else may have shared copyrights to. He also has guardianship. She signed guardianship over, which is fine. Power of attorney, which is fine. Okay? And any new contracts that they have business-wise, he gets to sign on behalf of her. She doesn't even have to show up. So if she wants to get a new record deal, he can go and sign a record deal with any company he wants. He gets to sign any tour dates that she wants to do or doesn't want to do. He gets to get all of the royalties from the money. He gets to basically break a contract with the management, with the PR firm. He gets to make the deals of what type of endorsement she does. He controls. That's control. That's control. She has no say. She can't do anything. It's control. That's not manipulation. That is control. If it was only about the money, you would have a point. It's about manipulation because she wants to get paid. MrBeast mama has control over everything except for feasibles. Feasibles is the only thing she don't have control over. And it sounds to me that Jimmy did something because she's a shitty parent. She said she was a bad parent. And because she was a bad parent, he turned out to be a bad person. And while he did something bad, okay, she said, oops, I got something over on you. I'm going to send the paperwork. I want to control everything you ever owned, everything you ever made, everything you ever gotten. You're going to have to run it by me, including all your bank accounts. And if you don't, I'm going to basically tell what I know. That's control. That ain't manipulation. If it was all about the money, she wouldn't have to own all of that. It's control. It's only control.
Nuances out in my mind, or else it's just, I don't want to live in this stupid world with y'all where y'all don't know how to use nuance. So if you're a person who can't use nuance, get off my channel. I don't like you over here. Go way back. That's all I really have for today. I will be continuing to follow up with this story, but in the meantime, facts ain't defamation, and neither are public records, and neither are speculatory opinions. Susan, love you, bye.
Okay, that's that. All right, yeah. I think like, wow, I like, I've never seen nobody had to go through that. Okay. No, it's just that you guys are, it's not that I'm wise. It's just that I think you have not, some of y'all know what manipulation is, but I think you have not been controlled by anybody before. And I have been controlled by my mama, right? And my father used manipulation to try to keep me from moving out at the age of 18, but my mom used control through physical and verbal abuse. I know the difference between the two. And I don't think anybody in here has to be physically abused to be controlled. You can be mentally and broken down to be controlled. People are always controlling you now. Like telling you what you can and cannot say, blah, blah, blah. If you've been controlled and you've been manipulated, you know the difference. Ain't no way I'm going to give that much power over someone. You got to think about power. Like, I'm a sign. I said, I love my husband. Ain't no way I'm going to give him that type of power over me. He will never control that much. Tree, I wouldn't be surprised if he thinks it his right thing to do. Jewish moms would never let a young man handle that kind of money on his own. They don't trust them. It's not just the money. Hold on, y'all. Y'all just looking at the money. Y'all just looking at the money. Did you not see everything she controls? Why are you guys focusing on the money? Do we need to rewind this video so y'all can see everything she controls? I'm not even worried. I'm not even thinking about the money, actually. The money is really not in the top list of things. I'm like, heifer, what? You ain't gonna have control over that. Uh-oh, my computer's bit. Uh-oh, hold on. I don't have my. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, sorry. I don't have my earphones in. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I didn't have my earphones in. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I got them in now. I got them in. No, guys, the thing about it is that you guys got to look at everything she controlled. Okay, now I can hear it now. Everything she controls. Do you think maybe Chris knew about all of this? That's why he's threatened? Do you think Chris knew about all of this? That's why he threatened Jimmy Webb? Possibly, absolutely. It seems like everybody who knows who got some real good dirt on Jimmy can basically. I sound louder. Oh, I do sound louder. What did I just do? Okay, I fixed it. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to it looks like I'm gonna have to oh, I see what happened. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep my headphones in this time. All right, thank you. Sorry I was loud. Okay. It seems to me, okay, that Chris knows, and this is just speculation here. It seems to me that Chris knows what the mama knows. And Chris is like, you can't get rid of me, because if you do, I'm going to tell what your mama know. And maybe, just maybe, the mama like, honey, trust me, if I got to fire you, I could tell what I know about you too. It seems like everybody hands dirty except for the mama. She basically wrote a book exposing her own dirt. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like to me that Chris and Jimmy got some major dirt on them that the mama got on them also. But the mama said, I'm about to air my own dirt. Yep, I was a bad mom. I abandoned them. I basically had a mental breakdown. Here's a book. Here's a book all about it. Now, you ain't got nothing on me. You ain't got nothing on me. So, okay. Yeah, I didn't have my headphones in. I didn't know now I know. Now I need, because I couldn't hear myself. Now I can hear myself perfectly. I couldn't hear myself at all earlier. I was like, what can? And now I know why I couldn't hear myself. It's because there was a shortage in the cord. Now I can hear myself perfectly now, so I can tell when I'm loud or not. Hold on. Somebody was okay. Nina said, I had a conservative Christian father and there was absolutely no secrets, no privacy, nothing. My parents knew everything going on with me and I left the house. I was just Googling and his mom used to have a blog, but she's taking it down. Ooh. Hey, go see if the Katie, go see if the Wayback Machine has it. I wonder what Jimmy's girlfriend thinks, Thea thinks about this. She's trying to stop that. As a matter of fact, I even said something on Twitter. I said she's basically trying to janny everything up. I said, girl, I get it. You ain't trying to lose your bag. I totally get it. I totally get it. You ain't trying to lose your bag. But his girlfriend, Jimmy's girlfriend, cannot do anything. It's out of her hands. Yeah, it's out of her hands. So yeah. I think Erica, I think everybody had dirt on everybody until the mama released her dirt. You know? So the mom was like, yeah, I know all the stuff you did. His mom probably had to approve of his girlfriend. I don't think the mom even care. Like seriously. And let me tell you why I believe that. If the girlfriend ain't gonna get nothing, why do you care how many girlfriends he get? Like, she is not the beneficiary of nothing. See, look, that mama do not care about no damn girlfriend. Okay? Cause homegirl won't get nothing. She does, cause he don't own nothing. That's the thing. Like, if the girlfriend marries MrBeast, and they get a divorce, she ain't gonna get nothing. What she gonna get? Everything is legit. It's in his mama's name. Or maybe she gonna get some of that feasible money. I don't know. So you gotta ask yourself, why would the mom care about the girlfriend? In this case, she ain't even gotta sign a prenup. The mom owns every damn thing. Except for feasibles. Sounds like Mama Beast doesn't care about anything but money and control. This is beyond. What does owning all of your social media accounts, your Spotify, your Pandora, what is all of that? Like, none of that has nothing to do with money. The bank has everything to do with money. Your investments, your stocks and your bonds have everything to do with your money. Like, the hell? I mean, I'd be like, give me the money. You can have the rest of that. Josie found it. Oh, Josie, how did you find that? She probably went to the Wayback Machine. Or the web archive. Yeah, there's a web archive on there too. I think it's archive.ph. His mom probably had to approve of his girlfriend. I don't see that. I mean, The reason why I don't see, I mean, I'm sure she probably, I don't know. She probably did approve of the girlfriend. She probably didn't. She probably don't care. I think the girlfriend is just insignificant because like the girlfriend is not a threat to the financial well-being at all. Like nothing. The girlfriend has nothing to do. Like the girlfriend is just so insignificant, like the janitor in the building. His mom probably had, oh no, sorry. I wonder if his ex Maddie is telling the truth about Jimmy. Could tie into his mom. What did Maddie say? I don't even know what Maddie said. Oh, did I put this on my cool down? We don't do the cool down in a minute now. Damn, Jimmy is dumb. I don't know if it's how you know Jimmy ain't dumb or Jimmy did something illegal and his mom is holding it over his head. So, I don't know. He was verbally abusive, weird, etc. I could see I could see the verbal abusive. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if he, was low-key physical abuse, but used the physical abuse as pranks. That's what I think. None of that surprises me. So, damn, that's a lot of files. How should I don't want that. I don't care about his mama's, that was Cocoa, I think. Who was that wanted those files? Well, no, Katie. That was Katie. I don't want those files. I could care less about the mama's blog. I already know she evil. Katie is the one that wanted it. Katie is the one that wanted to see her blog. I don't care. She's more likely going to kick the bucket before him, so he's just going to hang in there for 20 years or so. Yeah, sure. Maybe. Cocoa, $50 for all the time spent on MrBeast. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and like that daggone. I used to hate that thing, but not for big old spending. Like I like Dimmer Boys, $50 too. So, thank you so much. Yeah, she can send it. She can put it in a zip file, but like I said, I don't need the files though. That was Katie. Katie wanted to see if she said Katie is the one that was saying that the mama deleted her blog, and I was like, there you go. So. Oh man. So there you go. So like Katie wants the files. I don't care about the mama. All I know is that mama that mama is vicious. That mama is vicious. Well, why don't you give it to her give it to her on Twitter. Y'all, Katie, you got a Twitter. Yeah, mama is on the next level, Erica. I'm so thirsty. I gotta drink some more water. I'm not going to the gym today. I'm going to be working on, I got 2 videos to work on. I got a video to work on men age faster than women or something like that, or a video on why fit men like fat women, something like that. Yeah, let me ask you guys, which one would you click on? Women, which one would you click on faster? If you saw two titles, one says men age faster, men hit the wall faster than women, or here's why fit men love fat women. Or fat men liking fat, or fit men. Okay, I guess that's a short one. Fit men like fat women. Tree, what food do you eat during your fitness journey? I am doing the I can't even tell you. It's all over the place. But I do intermittent fasting, if that helps. Fit men like fat women. Fit men like fat. Oh yeah, I like that, huh? Damn, Tree, that's a tough one. I just do intermittent fasting. I eat between a 6-hour time window and I don't eat anything else. So I really I can't recommend what I eat because it's all over the place. I've been on an eggplant kick though. Squash and eggplant. I gotta be honest, Tree, I was a fan of MrBeast, so it's been a shock to process all of this, but I hope justice is served for all the victims of his antics. This is insane. Sorry I made you yell. No, girl, please. I'll yell today and I'll yell at 9 o'clock and forget at 9:05. Trust me, you'll see. I forget real quick. That sounds logical. I'm fat and I like fit women. So it works both ways. We don't care, Juan. I have a theory on why fit men like fat women. It's very simple. Why? What's your theory, Franklin? Because I got the Mac guy, the scientist Chad, did a study on why fit men like fat women. Okay, fit men like fat women it is. Men already done hit the damn wall. They can fix them. Oh no, the fit men don't want fat women to get fit. No, what? Ooh, okay, y'all gonna learn something in my video then. Erica said they can't run away. I don't think they try to run away there, Erica. I don't think you do. You all care. Okay, let me now tell you all about how I sorted my man. We don't give a damn. One, you're a man. We don't give a damn about you. Living vicariously, they can't eat all the junk food, become feeders because they want to eat the junk food. You're almost there. What you said is not wrong, but they're not feeders. These fit men are not feeders. The women do all the cooking. But you're almost there. They do live vicariously through these women. So, but the part you was wrong was the feeders. These guys are not feeders. They too busy in the gym to be feeders. Maybe because the fit men think they are chads and to heavy girls cut. No, it ain't that either. It ain't because the fit men think they're chads. If the fit men think they chads, they'll get some Stacy's. They'll get some fit women. And some of them do. But for the most part, they like fat women. Okay. So don't fit men like fat women because they can. That's what I said. That was part of it. That's not all of it though. Fit men saturate their munchies by projecting it. Why y'all keep repeating the same thing and then rephrasing it? And that's how I say, because they want to fat themselves. Nope, they don't. These fit men don't want to be fat. Don't worry, I'll make the video. Don't worry. Y'all got a video y'all can learn from. Y'all gonna learn a lot from this video, and it's no, fit men don't want to. Muscular men don't want to be fat. That's why they muscular. Fit men don't want to be fat. Is this the end of the stream? Yes, Dimmer Boy. We are doing the cool down right now. Do they have a fat fetish? No. They don't. So, but don't worry. That's the next video I will be uploading next week. It's not like they trip over a bag of muscles. It's being thick and equivalence when you say fat women. No. Okay. I just heard my mic go out. That's why I gotta keep my headphones. Well, I guess it looks like I'm gonna have to use. It looks like I'm gonna have to put. It looks like I'm gonna have to put the new. But it's not. It's not my composer. It's this stupid thing right here. It's this Rode. I may have to. It may be this Rode thing right here. Who was I talking to? Thick is not fat. When I say fat, maybe you need a new cable. Maybe I do need a new cable. I got plenty of cables. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change out the cables today. I'm going to change out the cables. Thick and fat are not the same. Leanne, I love Leanne. She had the same issue with her mic tonight. She needs a new cable too. Yeah, I'm probably getting. Yeah, thick and fat. No, fat. When I say fat, I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Cause I'm including obese and fat. Okay, so I need to be more specific, and maybe I'm glad we're having this conversation. Let's see. The first BBW on Sports Illustrated. Let's see. This is thick. This is thick. But she, and this is thick. This is fat. Let me tell you the difference between fat and thick. And this is low tier fat versus what the fit guys want. So I'm going to use her as an example. Okay. So let me tell you the difference between a thick woman and a fat woman. And let me get another example of a thick woman. Oh, here's a good one. Thick. Very good example of thick. Okay. Actually, I'm going to use her instead of her. Although I could use her, right? But she proves my point better. Thick is still curvy. Okay? Thick is still curvy. Have a relative flat stomach. Cellulite thighs, still thick thighs. But there still is a narrow waist to butt bust ratio. If this woman gained 40 more pounds, if she still has a thin waist, she's still thick. When you don't have a waistline and your waistline is either growing outward or it's growing straight down, this is fat. Did that make sense? There's a difference between thick and fat, and it's all in the curvature of your body versus your curves. So I think this is where people kind of like get it all mixed up in reference to this. So this would be considered fat, and this is thick, and this is thick. Even though this was the first BBW, supermodel, she's thick because she has a thin waist relative. When I say relative, like it's not like a supermodel's flat stomach. It's like a tiny little pouch, but it's not out there. Like Tess Holliday. Let's look at Tess Holliday. What was the cover? What was the name of that show? What was that she was on? What was the name of that? Cosmopolitan. Did they? Oh my God! They're not gonna show her entire body on. Here we go. Thank you, God. On it. All right. So I really would like one without Piers Morgan on the front cover. Thank you very much. Did they remove most of this? Okay, I guess we're gonna do that. So okay, so here's the thing with Tess Holliday, right? Tess Holliday has a huge fupa. She's obese, but obese is put in the fat category as well, right? She's obese. And even though there's a slight curvature, it's fat still. Because she has to have something to hold down her stomach. So when you have a fupa, you can't be considered thick. The only way she would be considered thick with this big, she couldn't have a stomach at all. And she had to have some very tight waistlines, but that's not really possible without surgery. Like, she looks good, right? And so does she. But that's the difference between the two and her. Her and Tess are basically obese. Where Tess is definitely obese, and this one right here is medically obese, but they're both in the fat category when it comes to the type of men like fit men like these type of women, if that helped at all. Yeah, I don't like Tess Holliday. I can't stand her. Tess Holliday is disgusting. So when you have hanging skin on your arms, I'd say it's morbidly obese. Yes, I will agree with you on that one too. So that's the thing. It's like, fupa, I really should look up. Oh. One, we don't care if you don't know what these things are. Okay, I think that's it. Let me see what the kick chat is saying. People say, oh, you repeating what she says. There you go, Erica. Thick still has a shape. Thick women have shapes. They still have that curvature. They still have that hourglass. That's the difference between fat and thick. Fat is just round. It doesn't have a shape. It doesn't have an hourglass, you know, small waist. Small, you know, the thing about that will always make somebody thick versus fat is their waistline. Is the size of their stomach. That's what's going to always do it. No, the chick from Friday that tried to getting with Smokey. Okay. So she brings back eating disorders every time I see her. Stop watching her. I can't stand the heifer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how she got in my daggone algorithm. But as soon as when I say algorithm for TikTok, as soon as I see I swipe, I'm like, ugh, whatever, yuck. All right, guys. So tomorrow, hopefully there's nothing new about MrBeast because I'm ready to move on to some new content. We still got this Brittany Simon stuff we're going to be looking at. So that's going to probably be on the menu tomorrow. All right. Also probably look under some LT stuff too, depending upon if Brittany doesn't take all of that. Tummy tuck surgery is massive cheats though. Yeah. What? Oh, you talking to Josie. Baby D. Who got Baby D, Dimmer? Pearl can't put on weight or she will always look fat. Her body puts weight on in all the wrong places. That is actually true. Her body puts all her weight in her stomach. Not in her tatas. And definitely not in her butt. Puts it in her stomach every time. Tess Holiday tried to losing weight, but her audience bullied her back to being unhealthy. Yeah, well, the hell with her. If you're gonna let your audience try to talk you into shortening your lifespan, okay. Then go for it. So, anyway, all right, guys. I got some things to do, but I will see you guys tomorrow. And I should be in front of camera tomorrow, and we should start early tomorrow at 9:30. So thanks for coming by. This was a good stream. Ooh-wee, I got a super chat. I got some money. Demon boy been. Look at what happens when you make him when you call him out. He started making it rain. Demon boy for the $10. I asked last stream, and I'll ask again for when you can. Please watch the something. That was you. That was you that asked me that. Hold on. I remember somebody asked me that yesterday. I didn't know that was you that asked me that. Hold on. Oh, didn't this guy bust somebody before? The black guy.
Yo, can I show you a meta trick?
Didn't this black guy oh no, oh my god. To catch a, oh my god, 1.4 views. Ooh-wee, I got a super chat. 56 minutes. Much love, Miss Tree. Well, thank you again for another $10. I appreciate it. All right, I got him in the queue. If we have some time after the Britney video, we'll react to this. Okay? We'll react to this because y'all know how them long videos work. But we'll react to it. It seems to be a popular 1.4 million. 1.4 million is big. Yes, that was me yesterday that asked. Oh, okay. Got it. All right. We will watch it. We got some Britney and then we got that. So there's that. And I won't start the stream with no Donovan Sharp because I always delay it for an hour. Since we got 2 long videos to watch, we'll watch that. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.